Konami's Castlevania IV for the Super NES finds the evil Count Dracula back to terrorize the Belmont family yet again. Armed with a whip, a quick mind, and even quicker reflexes, you must battle boss characters and evil enemies through a myriad of the most complex stages ever created. Select your stage and let the adventure begin. Enter Stage 1 and battle across a bridge, through a room and a stable. Beware of the Medusa heads, skeletons, and skeleton horses that are enough to rattle more than just your nerves. Proceed to Devil Forest and watch out for the wicked water reptiles, snakes, spiders, and man-eating plants that seem to be very hungry. In the underground cave, you'll do well to keep your eye on the rocks. And remember, things are slippery when they're wet. As if there isn't enough to look for, you need to grab as much money, food, magic potions, and power-ups as humanly possible. After you complete 10 of the toughest levels created for the Super NES, you'll find yourself in Dracula's tower. And if you can get past his gang, you will defeat the evil one himself. The intense action makes other adventures look like kid stuff. With Konami's Castlevania IV, you can count on spellbinding sales. Out for the wicked water reptile, water reptile, water reptile, for the wicked water reptiles, for the wicked water reptile, for the wicked water reptiles, for the wicked water reptiles, for the wicked water reptiles. Armed with a whip, a quick mind, and even quicker reflexes, and battle across a bridge, through a room, 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 through a room.
You know, sometimes I have to wonder if old video game ads were ad-libbed or not. Or if they weren't quite ad-libbed, but they might as well have been, as in the person who does the voiceover for them was given a script by but the person who wrote the script had scripted that. Instead of ad-libbing, it was ad-scripting. I'm only gonna watch this once. And I have no idea what I'm looking at, but I still gotta script something, so here we go. But yeah, anyway. Oh, here I am. I don't know why I navigated away from my my music folder to reach my emulator folder. But I did. So now I gotta navigate back there so I can find something else to drown out the silence that is suddenly... that has suddenly become the backdrop of... of me talking. But you know, it's not really strange. That's how it works at the best of times, I find, in my case. But at the very least, I don't know. Sometimes I'd like to pretend it's not that way, such as when I'm trying to play video games for the internet. And the time it takes for me to start anything does not favor this attempt. This attempt of mine at doing things a certain way. Oh boy, I think it's gonna be time for me to turn on my fan on the side and hope the white noise is not too prevalent in the microphone feedback. So yeah, it's time for... now that we're done with all the Game Boy stuff, it's time to return to the Super Nintendo. Well, return, I say... I guess I could clarify what I mean by that is return a few years in time from the last game I actually played. to a console that I have actually not yet shown as part of the marathon, but we'll begin. Well, I say begin to now, but I think this is pretty much the only Super Nintendo game I'm gonna play and complete. You will see what I mean soon enough. Because if I navigate, let me see if I go to my list of things, then yes, this is indeed the only Super Nintendo game I'm gonna play and finish. So let us get started with stuff, I suppose. And I just realized that I muted myself and forgot to unmute myself apparently, so I've been talking to myself for like half a minute. I hope it was just half a minute. Alright. But anyway, this is Super Castlevania IV. And looking at the logo has reminded me, do I have the transparent logo, or did I fail on... Did I fail on that regard? In that regard. Is this transparent? It is transparent, okay. How long is half a minute? I don't know. Actually, I have no idea when I muted myself there, but I could recap what I was saying and assume nothing was lost ever. Nothing of value was lost, alright. Well, basically what I said is I'm glad to be playing this because unlike the Game Boy games, this one is actually good. I've seen quite good. In a lot of ways. And it's actually well remembered by a lot of people who know what the series is about. That is the encapsulated version of what I've just finished saying. Also, I don't know if the Fontificator thing has like the same font scale that I had before. I have the feeling it doesn't. Let me scale it up a little bit. I hope that'll do. So now that I have the game running, oh boy. You know, funnily enough, I was gonna say, because I wasn't gonna say it necessarily, but might as well mention it. I actually ordered another gamepad a little while ago, and there was a possibility that, you know, it's scheduled to be delivered on Monday, I think, at the latest, but there was the possibility that it might have been delivered today, but given that the possible delivery times are about half an hour away from ending for the day, and it has not arrived yet, I'm going to imagine it's not going to arrive today, which is a shame, because I think I would have liked to use it for this over the D-pad that the Xbox controller has. If I had that option, I could figure out how to configure it and whatnot, but I guess not today. Oh well. Well, all the more reason for me to only play this and not say, how was I gonna say? Well, I considered maybe, you know, since this game is kind of shortish, it is only one game, I considered maybe I would play Bloodlines afterwards, but I don't think I'm gonna do that, so I'm just gonna do this. Also, I gotta read this, I guess. That's kind of why I pressed buttons so I could reset this and actually read it. Every 100 years, the forces of good mysteriously start to weaken. Thus, the power of Dracula starts to revive itself. His power grows stronger and stronger every 100 years. Because the forces of good mysteriously start to weaken. Dracula has revived many times. Which is kind of funny if you consider the timeline up to this point, because the only... You know, this is pretty much a remake of Castlevania 1. So the only canonical time that... I think there's only 2 canonical times that Dracula has revived before this, and that's in Castlevania 3 and in the adventure. Well, I guess twice in the adventure. Sinister actions have been consistently thwarted by the Belmont family. It's been 100 years since the last confrontation between Dracula and the Belmont family, but now the serenity of Transylvania is being threatened by destructive forces. Which we're not going to immediately name as Dracula for some reason, even though that's pretty much the only possibility that's been mentioned by the game's own narration so far. On a dark and eerie night, Dracula rose from his grave to unleash his destructive power over the countryside. Once again, Simon Belmont is called upon to destroy Dracula. With only his weapon and courage, he sets out to restore peace to Transylvania. Again, I don't know why it says once again, since given that this is pretty much a remake of Castlevania 1, this would be the first time Simon Belmont fights against Dracula. I think the only, if you follow the several remakes that Castlevania 1 has, of which this is the first, I guess. Actually, no. I guess the first would have been Vampire Killer and Haunted Castle. So we've already seen 2 remakes of Castlevania 1, this is the 3rd. So there's that to take into consideration. Also, what happens if I press? Okay, nothing good. What else was I gonna say? Well, if you consider all the remakes and everything else, you could say that I think Simon Belmont only fights Dracula twice, once in the story of Castlevania 1 and once in Simon's Quest, which is the only game featuring him that is not just him in Castlevania 1 story. So let's start, shall we? Also, well, I guess I could take a timeout to show play the audio from the Super Castlevania IV commercial again.
Konami's Castlevania IV for the Super NES.
Since I don't think you heard it, Lizard.
Dracula back to terrorize the Belmont family yet again. Armed with a whip, a quick mind, and even quicker reflexes, you must battle boss characters and evil enemies through a myriad of the most complex stages ever created. Select your stage and let the adventure begin. Enter stage 1 and battle across a bridge, through a room and a stable. Beware of the Medusa heads, skeletons, and skeleton horses that are enough to rattle more than just your nerves. Proceed to Devil Forest and watch out for the wicked water reptiles, snakes, spiders, and man-eating plants that seem to be very hungry. In the underground cave, you'll do well to keep your eye on the rocks. And remember, things are slippery when they're wet. As if there isn't enough to look for, you need to grab as much money, food, magic potions, and power-ups as humanly possible. After you complete 10 of the toughest levels created for the Super NES, you'll find yourself in Dracula's tower. And if you can get past his gang, you will defeat the evil one himself. The intense action makes other adventures look like kid stuff. With Konami's Castlevania IV, you can count on spellbinding sales.
Spellbinding sales? Is that what he said? But yeah, watch out for the wicked water reptiles, is what I took away from that. Speaking of wicked water reptiles, it's time for me to enter my name. I think it's like Castlevania 3. Oops, I forgot. This button is B, this button is A. It's a Super NES controller. And yeah, like Castlevania 3, it lets you have 8 characters, so there you go. It fits perfectly. So let's watch as Simon whips the air in front of the castle, just like he did before, except not really. Just kind of walked up to the gate and looked at it. Okay, so this is Castlevania IV. As I mentioned, it's a remake pretty much of Castlevania 1. We play as Simon Belmont. And he can throw the knife, and the way some weapons work in this is kind of different, as well as the whip. Because you can now whip in multiple directions. Something that apparently a lot of people found it a travesty that more games after this did not do. I didn't mind so much because this is literally the only game in which you can whip in all 8 directions. It also has some pretty great music, including this track, which is the first time you hear it. This is the theme of Simon Belmont. Which is not quite up there with some of the other tracks as far as popularity, I guess, but it's still pretty iconic. I actually remember, the first time I played this game, story time I guess, was when I was in primary school. I think I was like 10 or 11. And I had my original Xbox. I still have it, but it had a problem that I have not since been able to fix, you know. Maybe I could be able to fix it today, but I don't really know. And but anyway, it basically had this problem reading the disc or something, so it pretty much didn't work. So we took it to some flea repair market, and one guy basically offered to fix it. And I can't remember if he said he would mod it as well, or if he just gave me like a disc, but anyway, when he returned the thing to us, he had a disc which was basically an Xbox emulator with a bunch of Super Nintendo games, and this was one of them. So that was the first time I experienced this. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, because I didn't know anything about Castlevania yet. But I don't know, I thought it was pretty weird. I thought it was pretty unique looking at the time, but I didn't actually get into Castlevania that much until like I was in middle school, which was like a few years later. But yeah, this game was technically one of my first experiences with Castlevania. Also, okay, I can't actually get back over to the other side of the... I haven't been saying anything about, you know, the background and foreground travel going on here, but I guess I didn't have to go to the foreground to go to the next area. I'm smart. Also, I guess I can mention this as well, you know, how I can sometimes unleash secret powers to help myself through some situations. When the game is getting a little bit tricky, well, I can kind of halfway do that in this game. I literally cannot make myself immortal even if I want to, though, because there's only one way I know how to do that, and it's kind of flawed in the sense that you can turn it on once, but then it gets disabled forever if either you die or you collect meat, so it's not very useful. Just something to keep in mind, I guess. I have to actually play the game, yeah, I know, right? But, well, kind of like what happened with the Adventure and Belmont's Revenge, you know. I was kind of in the same situation there, but unlike the Adventure and Belmont's Revenge, I've actually played this before with no incredible vampire hunter powers, so it should be a little bit better at least as to how I end up getting through it, right? Thankfully, the controls are pretty great, even with those weird... You know, those weird bat rings that you can swing from with a whip. Actually getting used to how those control is a little bit tricky. It's like, when you're at the apex of your swing, you can let go and you will still get propelled a little more. So you can kind of, prevent getting hurt a few times, or falling. Also, there's something in the ball here, well, you know, it's number 2. And I guess I could also mention, since, you know, you can whip in all 8 directions now. Oh. So you can whip in all 8 directions now, you have to press R to use the sub-weapon. Which is different to how it works in every other game, where you have to press up and the attack button to use it. So, that's just something to keep in mind, though, I guess. Well, I say that, but the game after this one, which is Bloodlines, or at least the game I'm going to play after this one, which is Bloodlines, which is another classic-style 2D game that well, classic-style game, I say 2D as if, you know, most of these games weren't already 2D. But it's another arcade-style game that came out after Symphony, which, you know, the direction of the series started to change after that came out. Also, watch out for the horse heads there. They will float up and try to attack you if you don't like that. And the reason before I forget, before I get sidetracked like I always do, okay. The reason I mentioned, I shouldn't say came up, but brought up Bloodlines was, in that game, you also have a separate button for using the sub-weapon, but it's not R, or I don't even know if that's like a Genesis game, and I forget if the controller for that even had like shoulder buttons. Oh no, it's button C, something like that. I don't know, I never owned a physical Genesis. Or have even looked at the controller, so also something neat that this game... probably shouldn't have gotten that, oh well. Something neat that starts with this game is that you can get on the stairs after you jump, like when you're in the air. You could never do that before, but you can now. It's actually a big help. And kind of a necessity almost, as we'll find out later on. Also, watch out for these ever-present platforms that... Damn it, I got the knife. Oh well, it doesn't really matter what sub-weapon you get for the first confrontation here, I don't think. Also, but check out the background though, we got like ghost horses looking over rocks or carcasses, or I don't know what they are, but got a lot of attention to detail and a lot more pretty graphics here than we've ever seen before, and yet if you pay attention to some of them, especially in the later stages, you will notice that oh god, I'm about to run out of time here. I'm probably going to run out of time because I haven't died and the boss is coming up here. Can I beat the boss in 16 seconds? Probably not. Better tank it. I got a skeleton knight. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. Okay, never mind, I somehow did it. Oh wait, the clock's still going. Am I gonna die after... Oh god. Alright, I have 0 seconds on the clock. I guess I somehow beat it. Unless it somehow kills me now, which... Okay, it didn't. Okay, I've never beaten a stage in this game with 0 seconds on the clock. That's a first. I guess you could say that's a close call. Didn't even get to talk about the boss and the skeleton horse that it was. Oh well. Well, we are no longer treated to the dulcet tones of Simon Belmont's theme, but the rest of the music in this game is pretty good. Actually, there's some really good tracks in this that apparently, well, I say apparently, I know for a fact. I'm too quick to say stuff that kind of tries to guarantee that if I say it this way, there's no way I can be wrong, but I know for a fact that there's a lot of good tracks in this game that have never been reprised, although some of them have. The ones I'm thinking of, though, are mostly like... Notice how we're kind of in the outdoor locale right now, fighting armadillos or whatever they are. When we actually get inside the castle, there's a couple of really good tracks that we can hear. I don't think I have ever made an appearance in any other Castlevania, which is a shame. But yeah, something else you can do before I slips my mind, other than whip in all 8 directions, is you can make the whip go like this, then play around with it. Which can also come in useful, you know, especially for like getting projectiles out of the air, but probably shouldn't fuck around too much or I'm gonna start running low on time again, I guess. I suppose. Yeah, that's something that you can only do in a small handful of games from what I recall too. I think, shit. Well, as long as... Just gotta wait for Dracula's B-17 fighter to pass by. There we go. I don't think I can really go back there, but you can kind of see the castle in the background. The one with the jiggle whip, you can glitch through floors on this. I guess you can. Haven't tried super MLG speedrun pro strats. Oh god. I saw that coming. I think you can also, like, you see how there's like a frame where, in the animation, where Simon has to whip behind him. I think if you get the timing just right, you can actually hit something behind you by taking advantage of that, but I don't know, I'm actually not completely sure if you can do it in this or not. I know you can do it in some of the other games. Oh shit. Also, here's the first appearance of these things, the plant things, the weeds that sprout from the ground and just kind of get in the way at the last minute. And I don't know what if they're like supposed to be based on any particular folk monster or if they're just annoying plants. So I got frogs. We also have frogs. I don't think we had frogs before. We had like toadish creatures in the adventure, but not the little frogs, which make a comeback in Rondo of Blood and are a lot more annoying there, I think, if you can believe that. As you can see, they're tiny and difficult to hit, which is kind of a big problem, you know, kind of. You know, if I keep getting ambushed by the frogs, I'm gonna lose my 4 lives. I'm gonna be forced to continue, and that'd be a tragedy. One of these plants. Something I was gonna say, but then it completely slipped my mind is... I don't know if they're like based on anything, because they have like 2 names that they're given. They are either wounds or thorn weeds, depending on who you ask. Really don't know if they're supposed to be reference to anything. I don't think they're supposed to be like a reference to Mandragora or anything like that, because those are separate enemies later on. Not in this game, or I don't think any of the classic ones really, but on some of the later ones. Oh shit. Okay. Oh yeah, you can step on the mud here and not die instantly, because you can escape. I guess the Jiggly Whip is good for dealing with the frogs. Also, being able to whip through stuff is good. Oh god. And there was small meat right here, what do you know? I think the cross is still one of the best sub-weapons, though. You can use it right now to kill that crow, see? God, that was close. Maybe I should have waited a little more to not cut it so close, but I don't know any better, apparently. Hey, got an extra life. Isn't that sweet? Check out these bridge physics, even though I don't think this bridge is gonna collapse or anything. Ow. Nope, not this one. Although, you know how we've seen a few collapsing bridges, starting with Castlevania IV. That trend will be continued here. In a certain scene, but... oh god. Well, for now we got the second boss. I don't know if it's the end of the stage yet, but we got Medusa again. As you can see, Medusa's in the nude, almost. Or at least... well, I say almost, but I say completely, even though... the only part that people... or by people I mean censors, which might be a bit of a... why I'm all the way back here. Might be a bit of a contradiction in terms. It's the fact that you can see her completely smooth torso. Completely, just like in... kind of reminds me of that one enemy from Maldita Castilla when Mike played that. That pretty much did the same thing, I think. Okay. Let's try that again and not get completely destroyed this time. We only have 5 lives left after all. I don't need the wall meat, but I do need this. Hang on. Is this still the same thing? Yes. Jeez. I will take that, thank you very much. You know, maybe it's just me, but for some reason I often find it very difficult to breathe and not inhale whatever. And not inhale any liquids I might have in my mouth at that time. Or try to swallow liquids and not inhale at the same time. I don't know how common of a problem that is, but I know I have it. I'll come back, Red Bear. So let's see. After the bridge, is there a lot to go? I don't believe there is. Just a few more steps, so one more armadillo. And here we are again, I believe. So let's throw crosses. I think it's a good start. Because the crosses are... there we go. Crosses are very useful, as you can see. You can see why they are favored by many, myself included. I don't remember the grabby hands from the old Castlevanias, but here they are. I guess I'll take the axe. I think there's a few overhead enemies in this next part. There's the wicked water reptiles, you see. Caught my left hand a few times getting my back PC in the window this morning. Oh man, that does not sound nice. I don't even have AC, I only have this crappy, like, 10-year-old fan. I don't know how old it actually is, but it feels like it's 10 years old. It sometimes starts a lot weaker functioning than it usually, or it's supposed to, I guess, supposed to be. But fortunately it hasn't been terribly hot lately because it's been raining a lot. Also watch out for those spikes, since I have the feeling they will kill you instantly. Why not? I guess I will have to take the cross after all. I don't think we'll run into another boss. I think this is one of those odd cases where you fight the boss midway through the stage and then you can just get through the rest of the stage without fighting any special enemies. I think there are some stages where you get multiple, like a mid-boss and then another boss at the end though. Can't remember right now, but yeah, there we go. That was stage 2, let's go to stage 3 now. AC used to be 4 grandma's bedroom, sticker inside made in 88, works great. Oh man. I don't think I've ever had like I think I know more or less how an AC would work, but I don't think I've ever had one like full-on AC and not just fans in any of my homes. And by any I mean either. I've only lived in 2 buildings over the course of my life. I don't know, for most of the time, for the most part, a fan seems to work okay. For me. Anyway, we got the Modman, which, if I recall, it splits into smaller Modman babbies. But you can pretty much snipe them since they don't go very far. You can whip snipe them, I guess, to be more precise. But yeah, it's probably because it's actually not terribly humid out here for the most part. Like, I've been to, you know, the lot of beach locales on vacation. Well, not a lot, but several, and you know, I know that the humidity is like, there's even a place not very far from the city where I live, which is like a popular vacation place for people from the city, which has a lot more humidity than the city, and pretty much always need some form of cooling when I stay there, because it's a lot hotter. Oh boy, there was misaligned there to block the fireballs, I guess. Up in the mountains a bit, yeah, a little bit, but actually I am very pretty sure the city is like very high up above sea level. But as far as being up in the mountains, it's more that it's surrounded by mountains. It's in a valley, which is why we never get tornadoes or hurricanes or anything like that either. It's completely surrounded. I think I want to check what's over here to the left though. Let's see. Just for the heck of it. We got holy water, we got... I think I'm gonna keep the cross for now. Just gonna do the duck walk and And oh boy, even though this is no longer NES, it's now SNES, but it still gets slowed down, as you can see. There's too much crap going on the screen, but that seems a bit contradictory, since Super Nintendo also has Mode 7. Incredible, mind-blowing graphics. Like, I know some of this crap is gonna fall. Yeah, there we go. So I'm paranoid when I see stalactites directly above. Stalactites which don't hurt the modmen, but of course they hurt me. Oh god, I got all the modmen on screen right now. Alrighty. Well, other than, I gotta say this, you know, oh shit, but almost fell there. I gotta say, for me talking highly about the music, I don't think there's a lot of, like, really that spectacular tracks in this very early part of the game, but well, it'll pick up. You know, this actually kind of vaguely reminds me of the Super Nintendo Dracula game that they made for the movie Bram Stoker's Dracula, that I'm sure the Angry Video Game Nerd reviewed at some point. Can you believe that was actually one of the games I played when I was in my very bored and nothing more to do than emulators and save states phase, and I actually got to the end of it at least twice, from what I recall. It was not very spectacular, but I don't know, it was playable at least. Except for the parts with the spears that shoot up and down from the floor and ceiling. I never understood how the fuck you're supposed to avoid that. Also in that game you fight a giant Tom Waits. So there's that. Oh god. See, I saw that coming. Alright. Yes, I'm not gonna get that candle. Oh, thanks. Might as well see what it was. It's a heart. Not really worth it. I have almost 100 of those. I think the hearts cap at 99 too, so not really worth trying to hoard too many if you don't use assault weapons as but of course too frequently, like, you know, I do. I refrain from, I guess I could say. The thing you should absolutely do, though, is absolutely do if you play this game, is get used to the diagonal whipping, since it saves lives, to say the least. Oh boy. I think I know what the boss of this stage is gonna be. So this stage, I think, reminds me of some of the, you know, water stages from Castlevania III. It has a lot of influences from... oh shit, I forgot about that. It completely escaped me when I was trying to remember what the fuck happens here. Got random shit falling from the sky. But yeah, this reminds me a lot of the stage in Castlevania III, where it's pretty much, you know, like these pillars and platforms over water. You might remember it if you watched the stream in which I played that as that stage where I died a whole bunch. Oh god. And speaking of Castlevania III, we got the peeping eye enemies again, behaving exactly the same as they did there. Also the Bone Dragon enemies, which unfortunately are still pretty difficult to counter if they shoot their fireballs too low. White Dragon, I believe is what they're supposed to call. So many herbs in Plaguelands. I want that. There we go. Oh, of course, immediately. Oh, okay. I guess. There we are. Did not get Jape that time. Oh, I forgot. That's... I almost reacted at the last moment there. What those mermen do is they shoot up diagonally. Almost let myself... oh shit. Get hit by one of them and then I fell anyway. Oh boy. Here we go again. You know what, the aesthetics in this game kind of remind me of another Super Nintendo game called Demon's Crest, which is actually an offshoot of Ghosts and Goblins. And is technically an offshoot of Ghosts and Goblins called Gargoyle's Quest. Which, you know, is very Castlevania-like in, you know, all the Gothic-type monsters that show up in it. And it's actually pretty fun to play. Kind of Mega Man-like in its progression, also a Capcom thing, I think. Oh boy. That's fine. Okay, there we go. Let me get over there and remember that the mermen will fucking destroy you if you let them. Damn it, see, I'm trying to jump to avoid the merman shot, and that's exactly the same that happened last time, and then swing to the ring while in the air, but the problem with that is the fact that... why did that fall on the left? The fact that there's 2 blocks above where I'm trying to jump, and that, like, I bumped my head on that. And just fall without even making, like, jumping high enough to reach hook onto the ring. One day I will... actually, wait a minute. I think I might have to... okay, please, wait a minute, I might have to attend to a thing. I will be back momentarily. Is this the music? It is the music, okay. It's like I'm here, so I'll be back in just a second, hang on. Alright, I am back. Just give me a couple of seconds to get settled back in. So guess what? The thing that I was expecting showed up, but I thought I had ordered a DualShock, but apparently I got a DualShock, which is a bit knockoffy, but if all goes well, oh boy, what's going on out there? I wonder. But if all goes well, it should still work at least. But you know, I'm already in the game, already using this, so I think I will try to. I'll figure it out later, right? Pretty much. Right now, it's time for me to stop this fake music that I got playing and turn on the real music that's coming from the game. There we go. So let's pretend I didn't just suddenly disappear and continue with the screen. I will ask my brain to pretend that as well, because if it doesn't, I'm probably gonna forget what I'm supposed to be doing here. Oh boy, I'm never gonna remember to not whip that, am I? Maybe I'll start remembering after I have to do this for the 100th time in a row. Maybe at that point Maybe at that point I'll remember, and looks like that might be prophetic. A prophetic quip that I've just done. Right, oh, I guess I'm not being up there then. Just gonna stand right here. Oh boy, what is this? Dark Lord Morty, I see. It's not that Morty, is it? I don't believe so. Where's the? I'm not trying to resize the window. I'm trying to. What the fuck, Twitch? Please. I'm not pressing anything. There. I'm trying to move the window, not resize it. Thank you very much. Sorry, I am having to deal with horrible dark forces while I attempt to continue the stream here. Gonna have to exercise my input devices at some point, I guess. Oh, that's right. These dragons are supposed to drop the power-up thing at some point, or sometimes. That's part of the shit that they dropped, but apparently that last one didn't want to do it. That was strange. Okay. Okay, there's a plant. That's something that I completely failed to notice before, so I guess I'll have to remember now. There's an oon here. I'm just gonna call them oons. Okay, so take care of that. There's another oon here. I can actually see that now that I'm focusing, and just let myself get hit by this, I guess, or not. And don't try to jump forward, just jump. Just jump and then overshoot, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna be on this for a while, I expect. I suspect. Just like, you know, that stage in Castlevania III that this reminds me of, so it's appropriate. Why can't Castlevania swim? That's a good question, you know. Dracula's the one that should be scared of swimming, but I guess he has the merman to be his lackeys in that regard. Shit, okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to remember not to whip that one candle. To hip is to hit with a whip. It's a new portmanteau I just made up. Vampires traditionally unable to swim, yeah, I think they're like weak to... Nope, I didn't remember to not hit that. That's good. I think they're supposed to be weak to running water or something. I don't know if that's... where that particular thing originated from. I don't think it was from the... Well, you know how a lot of the modern vampire tropes are from the novel Dracula. I don't think that one originated from that novel, though. So I have no idea where that came from. Okay. Let's do this right this time, alright. I didn't immediately die, that's a good sign. They can also, like, not cross... I think that is from Dracula, the thing where they're not allowed to cross... to enter somebody's home unless you're invited. Okay, you know, I can clearly see that hand there. Some dude's gonna pop up there, but it doesn't let me do anything until he actually pops up. Oh god. There we go. Gee, I sure hope this works. You know what, fuck it, use a knife. I have that, might as well use that. Alright, I made it past that bunch of screens. I sure hope that it made it far enough that if I die here, I won't be sent all the way back to the same place that I've been sent to every other time that I've died in recent history. We all know the place. Also, you can kind of control the physics of your jump, as you can see, which is also pretty handy. As I am demonstrating right now. Give me that. There we go. Okay. Okay, I'm not as far back as I thought I would be, but I am one room back. As I feared I would be, rather. I didn't suspect I would actually... You know, the game would be dickish enough to actually send me that all the way back there where... Oh god, I didn't get the thing that time. Guess I'm just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way then. There. You know, at least something I gotta say is, you know how... As you get more whip upgrades, the whip gets longer when you attack. I don't think that affects the length that you can swing with the whip when you're hooked onto one of those rings at all, so... At least they had the good mercy to not change that. Not make that make a difference there. Not have that make a difference there, so... Because didn't even have to awkwardly swing at this guy diagonally before. I was kind of a fool to try and do that, you might say. Alright. Pretty sure the boss is coming up before too long, so I'm gonna want to not die. I'm also gonna want a sub-weapon. There is that too, but first of all, I would like to not die. There we go. Oh, damn it, I almost walked right off there. If I hadn't held the button down, I would have walked right off. Okay, there's a sub-weapon. I think I will take the axe. I think that's good. And I gotta tell you, you know, being able to whip up really is pretty useful when you find yourself in a situation like this. Gotta agree, like... You know, one of the... If you watch the Angry Video Game Nerd series on Castlevania, it's like a 4-part series where he only goes up to, like, the N64 games. He says that... Oh boy. He says that his favorite game is this one, and pretty much the only reason I keep hearing him repeat whenever he talks about it is the fact that you can swing the whip as freely as you can in this, and... You know, in that sense I gotta agree, that is really good, but... Of course. I gotta agree that it's a really good mechanic, but... At the same time, I don't think this is my favorite Castlevania just because of that. Or even because of, like, the style, the difficulty, any of that. Like, even if you divide the... the Castlevanias into like these, classic arcade ones, if you consider them and judge them separately from the Metroidvanias, which you should do, because they're really not the same type of game, like completely. Still think like either Bloodlines or Rondo of Blood are, are ranked up higher in my eyes than this particular game. Even if I think this game is really good, because I do. I think there are still a couple which I think I enjoy a little more. And that's without going into Metroidvania, which is my favorite style of Castlevania, because it's the one that I grew up with. And the one that introduced me to a lot of wacky RPG bullshit, which you can't really do in these games. Alright, I made it past the horrible Castlevania birds. Which, it's a missed opportunity that particular soundbite did not... That's been up for grabs this entire time, was not spammed during those deaths. Alright, I think we're at the boss now. And indeed we are. It's these things from Castlevania III. And by these things I mean these things any minute now. There they are. The water dragons. But instead of just popping up with static necks. Oh god. Which is how they operated in Castlevania III. They actually have fancy Mode 7 spriting and everything. I don't know if it's Mode 7, but it feels like it. Feels like that's a additional way of referring to it. Also, I think they have the two heads have separate health, so if one of them dies, it'll actually die and it won't come back. And so we only have to deal with one more at this point. There we go. That was only stage 3, and yet you can see how death spammy it can get. It'll only get better from here, I am sure. Stage 4. Actually, I don't remember what stage 4 is. Actually, no, yes I do. I believe this is the Clockwork Mansion. It is. Oh, this music's great. Clockwork Mansion, so called because of a pretty iconic Mode 7 scene we will see before the day is out, before the stage is out too. Also has two of the weirdest, well, a couple of iconic Mode 7 scenes. Two oddly named bosses. I will address those, when they show up, but for now let's listen to the music, which not only is pretty good, is to be expected from Castlevania IV, but it's one of the few songs that originated from this game that got remixed in another game. At least one more game, that is. And why wouldn't it? Welcome back, Red Bear. Alright, I don't want to fall here, so there we go. I think you're supposed to, hook onto the stairs if you just walk forward onto them, but I'm pretty sure that those, figures that come out of the walls might be a reference to the tree people from Haunted Castle, the arcade game. Just a hunch there. Watch out for these, these spinning platforms that spin and make you fall through them 1 millisecond after you land on them. You have that 1 millisecond to jump off of them again, and if you don't, well, then you're fucking dead. I sure do love these platforms. Alright, so... going to imagine, I have to actually jump on that one. What do you know? But unless you actually jump and fall on them, they don't flip like that. But as you can see, you're gonna be forced to time it again. There we go. So I think we're coming up in a boss here, not too far from here. I don't know if these bosses have different Japanese names, they probably do, but this is Puexil. That's P-U-W-E-X-I-L. If you spell that backwards, it reads licks you up. I think you can see why. And it's pretty much attrition, I think. I can't really see any reliable way to avoid all of the attacks. But that's alright, because we've come up to the Mode 7 land. It's time to be in the let's show off the technical capabilities of the system land. Here we go. So this is a rotating room. That's another one of the reasons why people remember this game and this stage. And you can see where it gets the name too, I think. I suspect. Oh, shit. I don't know if I'm gonna survive this, but I hope so. There we go. Well, Castlevania birds are terrible, but so are Castlevania Medusa heads. You know what I also despise? I also despise the parts like this, where you might be tempted to jump the gun and not realize that, and fall down like to the right where that hole is, and not realize that these blocks are forming to the left, which is where you have to go. Oh boy. Speaking of Mode 7, it's time for the cylinder walls. Also, you see these blocks falling. That sounded like a sign that you should really hurry up, because if you stop, the blocks will also stop. As you can see, it's not a real time limit or anything. Check out the Mode 7, I know, right? Oh god, okay. Even with the invincibility jar, I don't know if... oh god, okay. The invincibility jar, which only lasts like 5 seconds. I don't know if it's a good idea to get to the second boss of this stage with this much health, even after eating that chicken leg. And here we are. Ah, damn it. Sure do love it when bats do that. And the other Castlevania birds too, but like... bats are the most grievous Castlevania birds. Let's go through the stone areas of dubious structure. So I'm pretty sure I want to get down there. I want to get to where this place is. I think if you let yourself be taken higher up by the blocks, you can actually reach a different path, but this is the straightforward one. Even with the insta-death spiky platforms, it's still a lot more straightforward. Oh boy, gotta go fast. There we are. I think if I recall, we might get another chicken leg here. Somewhere. Probably not a good idea to break the candles, or with the candles if we are not... can't safely collect them. For that reason. Alright, let's just get that thing. Does they only take 3 hits to kill with a fully powered weapon like the NES ones, or like 6 hits? Or 5, I don't know, but certainly more than 3. I think we're at the second boss already, actually. I don't know if we're gonna be able to beat him, but... this is Coronot. That's K-O-R-A-N-O-T. If you spell that backwards, it says ton of rock. I think you can see why. And I think you can see why I thought it was a good idea to reach this place without full health too. So let's try that again. Before our 7 lives we have are annihilated. I'm not gonna get shaped into. Getting crushed, which, as you might imagine, will happen if you get caught between the blocks and the ceiling or the floor. Well, the ceiling, since they go up. The blocks are the floor. Alright, gotta go fast again. Gotta go fast and don't be stupid enough to jump. That too. Well, until the end at least. I don't know what weapon would be better for a coronet. Yes, the axe will have to do though, because it's all we have right now. Oh yeah, you can moonwalk up the stairs. I've been failing to show that off so far, but if you press like, you know, up or down on the opposite direction of where you're going, you can moonwalk. And that can actually be useful if you're like trying to whip something that's behind you as you go up. Oh boy, okay, time to actually try to concentrate on not dying this time. Oh. Oh, I thought you would get hurt by these blocks here, but I guess not. Like, if they came down on your head. Oh, okay. Also, I was pretty sure that was gonna hit me, but I guess, as is often the case with my judgment, I was wrong. Alright. So this dude wasn't too bad after all. He gets big and then he disappears. I don't know how that works, but... This is stage 4, right? I think stage 6 is when we enter the castle, so we got like one more before that. Almost to Dracula's castle, you guys. Apparently there's no boss in this stage either, I forgot about that. Oh, but we do have the eagles that dropped the fleamen. I think that's what they're supposed to be a reference to, at least. I don't think they look like fleamen or like humans at all in this. Like, even like hunchbacks or like rabbit creatures. I think they do behave like fleamen, though. Just hop around all over the place. Also, I don't know if the ground here is supposed to be like rocks or if there's like a blue carpet somehow stretched over this whole place. I guess rocks, because there's, you know... Kinda looks like a blue carpet though, doesn't it? Oh god. Yeah, there we go. And they don't die from one floppy whip hit. That's unfortunate. Okay. Also unfortunate that they would show up while I'm trying to make this climb. More wicked water reptiles. Okay. So what is up there? I can't reach that from here. It's a fucking knife, of course. Oh well. There's no boss, so it doesn't matter. As you might, you know, have guessed, I tried to weigh in the... Fuck. Alright, there we go. Try to weigh the usefulness of the sub-weapons based on what boss is coming up. And almost invariably the conclusion I reach is I want cross, but when am I gonna get it? Oh shit. So these whip skeletons, which, you know, I'm pretty sure are also in the NES games. I think their canonical name is something like Shimon. Well, in Japanese they are Shimon, which is kind of a pun between it meaning gatekeeper or hellgate or something like that. And you know, the syllable Shimon sounding like Simon. And there's an I think in Harmony of Dissonance, which is one of the Game Boy Advance ones, you see those enemies, and their names in that game are Simon Wraith. So pretty much all the whip skeletons are supposed to be a mockery of Simon, I guess. Notice the weird noises here. I think they're supposed to signify... Oh wait, no, that's a clock. Never mind. Thought it was just a fanfare as we're, you know, about to enter the castle, which we just have. So we're in the castle now. Still got a bunch of stages to go, but we're this far in, at least. We got a boss at the end of this one. And music in this first room actually kind of reminds me of the Castle and Fortress music from Mario World. Especially the part that comes right after this little kind of intro part. Oh shit. Also, instead of, being chased by Black Panthers here in the entry hall, we're chased by dogs. I don't know whose idea that was. And by the way, this is one of those songs that for some reason has never been remixed, even though it sounds pretty catchy, I thought. Fucking bat, alright. I don't think I've ever been able to dodge that bat, to be quite frank with you. I replayed this particular stage a bunch of times for... Well, you will soon see for what reason, I think. Anyway, it's the axe armors. They are deadly, they do not flinch, and they look, if you pay attention, I think, they do look like reworked versions of the sprites for the axe armors in the NES games, which I thought was kind of neat. Damn it. At least we get to hear the song again, I guess. Like, listen to this part and tell me it doesn't remind you of Mario World's castle theme. Alright, we went past that guy, I guess, but there's two, of course. I forgot about that little detail. Oh, and I'm running into a rock here. I almost did not realize. I don't think I'm gonna survive. I think that might be a good thing, because if we die on the next screen, I think we get sent back to the beginning of this one. Oh. So let's try to, survive this and make it count. I guess. I don't know how to enunciate that properly. Okay, I didn't get hit by that guy that time. That's good. I'll take the extra whip upgrade and then get the fuck out of there. And then watch out for the bats, because they're a problem. You know what, I don't even want the holy water, I don't think. I'm just gonna go take the lower path. Let's see if that helps me not get murdered by that bat up there. There we go. Alright, I'm being really careful, because I know there's gotta be more of those bats up there that swoop down. There's one, and I didn't manage to avoid him, of course. Oh. But I did get by mostly unscathed, which is a difference to how this has gone. So, you might be wondering what could possibly succeed this. Well, Mode 7 is the answer. Also, death. Can't forget that. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? Even though we get a glimpse of what's coming up. One of my favorite rooms in this game, I say without a lick of sarcasm. Oh god, please. There we go. Also, hello, Burger Gamer. Welcome to whatever this is. Okay, at least you can actually, duck down. Duck under the axes that are thrown higher if you're right next on the same level. You couldn't do that in Castlevania 3, I'm pretty sure. I forget if you could do that in 1. I'm gonna go ahead and not hold my breath. Alright, here it comes. Okay. So we managed to get through this room pretty much the same as last time. Let's see if I don't immediately die in the next room this time. Because this soundtrack that is about to start up here persists for the rest of the stage, but it's one of my favorite soundtracks in this game, and it is also sadly one of the ones that has never been reprised in another Castlevania. So let's get past the chandeliers, oh god. You can in fact adjust the trajectory of your jump a little, but it's still kind of nerve-wracking to try and jump those things, those Mode 7 chandeliers. Oh god, that was so close. There we go. Gotta be super careful here, because why not? Should be... I forget if this is the last one or if there is one more. There's one more, okay. Good to know. Let's not get greedy there. There we go. And here is the checkpoint, so at least if I die horribly, which will probably happen, I won't have to do that again. Oh, by the way, there's this area is very interesting for a few reasons. One of them being that if you check the floor here at some point, we should be able to find a hidden breakable floor, which, you know, there's no indication that this would be here, but you can still find it. And if you do, you can find a secret area, which has no bearing on the rest of the game, but you can find, as you can see, there's like a flashing old guy and a dog flying around. And if you kill the dog, which I'm gonna try to do, oh god, I don't know if it can even hurt you, but I think it might be able to. Gonna take the, you know, err on the side of caution and say probably yes. Alright, yep. Then the old guy's ghost goes and kneels next to the doggo. And cries, isn't that sad? And this is such a weird out of nowhere scene, and yet this is actually something that gets referenced in a later game. Even though apparently most people never found it, you know, myself included. The first time I played this, I had no idea this was here. And there's also, you know, this music, which sounds very kind of weird and dissonant, but you also do not hear it anywhere else in the game. Oh god. So that was something. Let us try to continue this stage by dealing with not only axe armors, but also spooky ghost bubbles and actual ghosts now. Like human ghosts. I guess that's what they're supposed to be. Weird women and these kind of ghost bottlers that rush you out of nowhere. They are great. Oh fuck, I shouldn't have broken that from this side. I'm not gonna get that. Oh well. Also these weird incandescent bubbles, which kind of remind me of the bubbles that chase you in the... oh fuck. The ghost houses in Mario World. And the way they work is basically once they enter the screen, they bounce off the corners of the screen. No matter where you bring them to. Oh, there are two bats here. If you activate them both at the same time, I think you will pretty much... you're guaranteed to get hit, so best be mindful of that. And, you know, this part right here. It's one of the most sadistic parts. You see that guy down there? You see these platforms in front of you? Better wait for that motherfucker to appear. Up here, which you should. Or are you? Come on. Because if you don't... I guess he's not gonna appear, alright. Not this time. Can rush you while you're in the middle of these jumps and basically screw you over, as you might imagine. But I guess it didn't happen this one time. That's the only time I haven't seen it happen. I, for some reason, have it seen proceeding without that happening. I am kind of amazed. Okay. I think if you die in this screen, you will get sent back to the beginning of the previous one, so... watch out for the breakable blocks here. Okay. Don't get knocked off by that skeleton. Also watch out for this coffin. It looks very inconspicuous, I'm sure you'll agree. And if you get past it... oh, okay. Normally it will start chasing you, but... I guess if you manage to jump over the floor tile that triggers that, it will not. I actually just learned about that not too long ago. Wasn't sure if it would work or not. But yeah, the furniture here kills you. It's basically something you should keep in mind. The furniture such as the coffins. You know, I say that now, like... When I say the furniture, I clearly mean the coffins, but there's a little more to it than that, as we will learn. We got blood skeletons, you know, the ones that keep getting back up forever. And more of the whip guys. Let's just get out of here. I think this might be a checkpoint, so... See these flashing skeletons on the hands that come out of the wall there. Basically, those skeletons will remain inactive as long as you don't get grabbed by those things, and if you do, well, you can, that's the only way that they can materialize and you can kill them. But you can also jump over them, I think. Yep, you can, and just ignore them. But why would you? You get an extra kill this way. We die in one hit too, I think. And as you can tell, we're gonna need lots of lives. We only have 8 left. Well, I am at the heart cap, as you might have noticed. I'm at 99 hearts. Probably won't be working too hard in getting more of them. And here's the circle of rotating coffins, which again kind of reminds me of Mario World. The ghost houses, the rotating blue circles. Also watch out for these tables, because the tables are evil. And if you don't whip them from, you know, that side, they will actually come to life and try to kill you. Bit of a nasty surprise if you're not, ghost dancers. You're not prepared for that. I wasn't the first time. I don't like ghost dancers. They take 2 hits to kill and they just go all over the place. I think there's a secret here, yes. What could it be? It's a 1-up. You know, I have 9 extra lives. And I think we pretty much had the boss now, by the way. This little introductory stage is about to come to an end, so who could the boss be? After all that, well, the answer is... these 2. The dancing ghosts, which, funnily enough, I think, according to some semi-official materials, are translated as... or named, not translated, but named Paula Abgul and Fred Asker. Do you get it? Paula Abgul and Fred Asker. I wonder how many kids in the 90s would have gotten that. But anyway, that was stage 6. Time for stage 7 now. Well, I see Redbird gets it, but I didn't expect anything less. Did I say stage 9 or stage 7? I think my brain wires are getting crossed again. Like they always are when I open my mouth. Alright. So this is pretty much a library stage. The music is kind of, I don't know. It feels just, it's not bad, but it feels just a little bit underwhelming after the theme from the previous stage. I find. But I think this is like the first time where you see the precedent for Dracula's Castle having a library in these games. Which would be referenced extensively later in the Metroidvania games with some of the areas. Well, I say extensively. Now that I actually think about it, I think I can only think off the top of my head of 1 or 2 games, really. In the Metroidvania games that have a library inside Dracula's Castle. Okay, why do the ghosts... I think that's another thing that I forgot about. As you get farther on through the game, the enemies take more hits to kill. Even the basic enemy types that you've seen before. Well, as long as the bats keep on only taking one hit, I think I'll be fine. Also, hey, these guys are back from Castlevania IV, the flying skeletons with the shields. They take 2 hits. I think they also took 2 hits in Castlevania III, but I forget. We got books. Books which, if I recall, can be a giant, massive pain, you know, much like skeletons that show up flying in giant arcs like that. So I would like to kill the books. Okay, so apparently, if I'm going to, fucking hell, to judge based on the different types of strikes I'm using here. Apparently, floppy whip strike takes or does about a third as much damage as a regular whip strike. I don't know if I like that. Oh, I got meat. I was wondering if we were gonna be able to make it to the bottom of the screen unscathed. Well, obviously not unscathed, since we're not, you know, at full health or anything, but alive. That's what I actually mean, you know. That's what I was trying to say, but for some reason my brain wants me to use other words. Oh, I'm surprised I got that. It's probably because I held the button too long and I actually did the floppy whip. That would explain it. Oh boy. You know what, let's just go. Let's try to hop on the goofy, cartoony colored books and... Oh fuck. Damn it. Alright, this guy's gonna reform, but alright. Oh, there we go. God. I don't like how close all of this is. Alright, we'll make it this time, I think. If I can, there we go. Do that in time. Oh god. There we go, made it. Made it where I'm not quite sure. Okay, here we go. I think this should be a checkpoint. You got paintings, I guess. And the paintings, as you might imagine, they come to life and try to hold you back. But I don't have a chance to show that off because I get killed by the bats. I think it's better to... There's a lot of bats there, actually. Oh god, of course. Well, this guy's not doing it. I guess he only does if there's more enemies around. But yeah, you see where the arm ends. Sometimes they like reach out and with their hands they kind of restrain you and kind of hold you in place for the other enemies to take cheap hits at you. I think that statue that falls over might be another reference to Haunted Castle, I don't know. No, what is this? Okay, wall meat. I guess there might have been a fake candle down there based on, like, one frame of a candle falling that I saw. I didn't really have a chance to see what that was, though. Okay, there's only one breakable half of that. You see these spikes? They look harmless enough, don't they? Well, not if there's, like, the freaking carpet bulge ghosts. Trying to... Jesus Christ, I'm getting my ass kicked by the bats here. Okay. Probably should have gotten that first. Probably would have been a good idea. Oh god, okay, there we go. God, that was close. That was too close. That was in fact so close that it actually did hit me, alright. So even the... I forgot about that. Even the full... Oh, okay, these weird... oddly muscular looking dogs knock the candles away, I guess. I don't know if they're even dogs, but... I also see that I missed some candle meat there. I am regretful of that. Also see there's some kind of larva. Well, I say larva, but it's more like a big worm, but I'm pretty sure this type of enemy is called larva in the other Castlevania games. The big flying worm that disappeared, I suppose. I will allow that, since it means I don't have to do anything about it. See that? You can see the guy's hand actually come out that time. I don't know what that accomplishes now, but pretty much just holds you in place for a few seconds. Oh yeah, you remember the carpet ghost? Well, he's back. Trying to gingerly knock you into the spikes up there. Can actually be kind of a pain to figure out what to do if you're not, you know, if you don't laterally think enough that you figure, I should probably duck there. Is there a boss in... Oh yeah, there is. I just remembered with the boss of the stages. It shouldn't be too bad, I think. It's one of the few bosses from this game that I remember that actually has a pattern that you can accustom yourself to a bit more easily than most cases. And we got candle meat and bats. I see those bats. Well, I saw one bat, I see more now. Okay, that guy just went flying off to some other direction. I'm okay with that, because we're at the boss here. Where could the boss be, I wonder? Oh, there he is. Okay. Oh, okay, he throws the axe, and as you can see, he dies kind of slow. So you're expected to be able to dodge at least a few of his attacks, but he's also pretty slow in his movement and execution, so it's not really a big problem. And now you might notice though that we're still in control. I wonder why that could be. Oh man, it's like that hidden stage in Legends. Except this one's actually mandatory, because, you know, this is actually really linear. It's stage 8. Stage 8, which, if I recall, is the treasury. And should have the music that I played during the... Okay, no it isn't, never mind. That was me wishful thinking, this is a lot worse. This is the dungeon. I'm probably gonna be here for a while. I'll leave you to figure out why. I guess this is supposed to be like a reference to, you know, the part in Castlevania 1 where Simon falls into the pit and ends up in a dungeon like this after beating the third stage boss, which is the mummies, which, you know, funnily enough, it's good to remember, I guess I could mention this now, good to remember that what all the bosses from Castlevania 1 are, because those particular types of monsters get referenced a lot in, you know, the later Castlevania games. The monsters being the first stage boss in that was a giant bat, and then the second stage was Medusa, the third stage were the mummies, the fourth stage was Frankenstein's monster, the fifth stage was Death, and the final one was Dracula. And you know, Dracula and Death are in pretty much every game, but still good to remember what the other ones are for reasons. Namely that they also show up in a bunch of other games for no other reason than the designers think it's good to have a little throwback to Castlevania 1 in that sense. But yeah, if you manage to dodge too many of the bloody teardrop attacks, maybe they're bloody tears, from the peeping eye, they actually swoop down after you. They're still pretty fucking difficult to hit though. There we go. So there's only one way to go. We need to climb on this thing. But you know, half a second of timing, if we're off timing by half a second, then we fall and die instantly because... Or we fail and die instantly because there's spikes, and spikes are instant death. It's great, don't you think? Also watch out for the little green drops of acid, because they will actually hurt you. Oh god. Managed to make it past the first screen mostly without incident, but the real challenge here is getting past the second screen without incident. Well, getting past the first and second screens without incident, because we gotta do that before we get to where the checkpoint is. And, you know, touching the side of a spike, as you might recall, is enough to kill you instantly. Which makes it really, really dangerous to take a step anywhere. I actually have to... Okay, what the fuck? Okay, I just tried out the stopwatch, that's what that noise was, but apparently it doesn't even... Okay, how do I do this actually? I'm not entirely certain what I'm expected to do here. Guess I'm gonna try going under them. And die instantly, of course. I did that once, so we're all the way back here. So yeah, I'm gonna be here for a while, I expect. I'm actually really surprised that I managed to get past the first screen without getting hit by any of the spikes. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep that up, I tell you, so... We'll see exactly how long this part takes. Oh god. What is sign that? I don't know. I think that's pretty rude too, though. Like, I can't even remember off the top of my head any spike traps in the NES Castlevanias that were quite this bad. Well, quite as bad as that one spike jump, at least. Okay, I don't want to get hit by the fireballs, but does the game care what I want? No, of course it doesn't. It's Castlevania after all. It's classic Castlevania, no less. I got this part again. Really paranoid about jutting out of this platform any more than I have to, because, you know, the spikes are right there. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay, I'm not immediately... I say I'm not immediately dead, but... If you pay attention, you will notice that even though the water there doesn't immediately kill you, it does in fact hurt you, so... It doesn't make a huge difference, does it? Alright, here we are again. I guess I'm at least gonna be able to... get past the first screen, more or less without problems. But that's not the problem, is it? If only it were that simple. Oof, God, that was close. Okay, well, here we are again. I really don't think I can, like, get on top of that thing, so I guess I really have to. There we go, do it like this. I don't think it was in that order before, though. I thought before the... I'm pretty sure the last time I did this... Oh, by the way, look at the top of the screen right now. Do you see anything funny? Because I sure do. I don't know how many people are actually gonna see that without knowing about it, though. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the first time I did that part, the things were... The right thing was swinging first, and... Of course. Oh well. And the left 1 second, so the timing was even worse. Okay. Hey Alex, I see you've shown up for the best part. As I'm sure you'll have realized, it's Spiky Spike World. Instant Death Spike World. My favorite part. He lied through his teeth. Oh. Wait, what? Okay, so even the Oons don't die in one hit at this point. That's great. That's Castlevania. Oh yeah, I forgot I was gonna charge. So I'm almost dead. I don't know if I should just, like, give up at this point and respawn with more health. think I might just do that, but I'm gonna be... Okay, I almost just walked into my death there, I'm pretty sure. I'm about to walk into my... Yep. Alright. Well, at least the spiders die in one upgraded whip hit. I don't know why those particular ones have to be the mercy enemies. I think that there's only one or two of them in this whole area. Maybe three if two more show up in second position for some reason, as I've seen it happen a few times. Fuck. There. I'm pretty sure it's looking more like NES Castlevania now. The bone pillars that before took only 3 hits to kill now take 4. I couldn't help but observe. And I've just realized that... Just realized that, you know, that one axe armor that shows up there, because he's on a ledge. When I duck, I actually can't hit him. But I think that I have to duck when he throws the axe in the lower position for some reason. So it's like my own brain, my own muscle memories japing me there. And the designers probably realized that it would. Alright, so I'm here now. I made it without losing any health. Well, I lost some health, but I got it all back from the chicken. So now if I manage to not mess up my... fuck. And it was all for nothing, is what I was going to say. Never mind the other words that came out of my mouth. They were clearly not meant to be. Okay. So yeah, this is why I said I'm probably gonna be here for a while. I can just get past that second screen, or room. It's not really just a screen. It'll be like my greatest accomplishment in this game, this run. Even moonwalking cannot help you now. So yeah, I'm definitely not gonna do Bloodlines now. I should probably just remove that from the title at this point. Well, for a couple of reasons, you know, it is just one of them. Up. Okay. Well, not the Bloodlines today, that is. I'm still gonna do it next stream. That's what I mean. I just want to clarify that. Oh, what? Come on. There we go. Alright, I'm not full health, but who cares about that? As long as I don't get completely annihilated, maybe I'll make it. Okay, I hate this jump because there's no way to tell. I'm pretty sure if you just try to jump under it, you're just gonna get hit, so you have to jump on top of it. There we go. You just have to time it yourself. There's no indication of when that thing's about to come down. Which, you know, is fair enough. It's on par with classic Castlevania challenge, but it's still pisses me off. There we go. At least the timing is right for this now. How longer do I have to worry about that being oddly timed? Oh boy. There we go, okay. So, well, now I know about the existence of that cross up there too, so that'll probably help. Kind of. It'll help with that guy, but I don't think there's any way to get this guy in range before activating the cross. Sadly. Fuck. There we go. And before he respawns, because I went slightly off screen from where he was. Okay, it didn't That, please. Okay. So now what? I'm not gonna be foolish enough to assume that that was the worst of it, and definitely, and I should just, you know, assume that I'm out of the woods, because that would be foolhardy in this level. I don't like the looks of this. I'm getting some terrible memories from looking at it. That's... Okay, I made it. Goodbye those two screens forever, I hope. I don't like the looks of this. Can I jump back up there? Probably can't. Can I whip directly up below me? Okay, I can't do this. There we go. Kinda wanna check what's in here. It's just a heart, of course. Still looking for wall meat. Wherever I may be able to find it. Sure do like how the bones rattle in the chains. It's another little neat touch. Oh, hey, it's Darkest Dungeon. I know, right? Unfortunately, I ate all the food, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive now. Ah, shit, okay. That's not a problem. I still like to, you know, see the contents of the candles before I go over to them. If just because that lets me see, you know, that lets me avoid any unwanted sub-weapons, but I don't have any right now, so I probably shouldn't be worrying about that. Oh, invincibility jar, here we go. So yes, I missed a jump. Okay, I want that. Oh god, I got hurt by... Oops. Got hurt by the goop, and then I got hurt by the sensation of death. I think too, if I recall correctly, you can whip those parts of the stairs out of existence if you're not careful. I don't think there's any benefit to doing that, so it's pretty much just there to mess with you, I think. Let me try to get out of here, off this platform without... There we go. So how do I get... I'm pretty sure the boss is forthcoming here, alright. There we go. What's on the docket at the CV Marathon? Do you mean at the CV Marathon or after the CV Marathon? Alright. Yeah, I thought so. See, I can read your mind, okay. What's after the CV Marathon? I'm not very sure myself, actually. Depending on... I was thinking, though, like, depending on... Oh god, I was so close. I think that is how you're supposed to do it, too, though, if there's a fucking knife. Well, who cares? Depending on how close to the... You know, depending on whether or not they've come up with... I don't like the looks of this. Depending on whether or not they've given out a release date for Bloodstained at that point, whenever I get done with this. I could either do something different that's completely random, or I might... I was thinking maybe I could do like a Shantae mini marathon. There's only 4 games, and it would be different though because it would be a mostly blind marathon. I've only played like a little bit of the first and the second Shantae, but I have all of them. And you know, they are Metroidvanias too, so I think that could be a cool complement to the stuff I've been playing. But right now, let me see. I see we got the Mega Man blocks. Oh god, oh, and there's fucking spears that fall from the ceiling too. That's great. So this room is also gonna be a problem, I see. Well, you know what I think is the best part too? I'm pretty sure the boss is at the end. Fuck. At the end of this room. Like there's not a separate room afterwards, so if I die to the boss, I'm gonna be sent all the way back here. Well, it shouldn't be a big problem, I hope. I don't need the invincibility jar. It's gonna wear off in 5 seconds anyway. Guess I could if I was really gonna... Fuck. Oh, okay. I guess I'll take that. I see those spikes. I think there's poison that drips down, or acid, whatever it is. The green crap that drips down is also here. I really don't know how you're supposed to do this, I guess. The really gravity momentum inertia exploity way that I did it the first time, like that. Okay. I think the only real way I can manage to get through this without instantly dying, because I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, these spikes will also kill you instantly. The only reliable way to get through this is to do what I'm doing and do the dock work. As in the... okay, now this part, I don't know what the fuck to do, except just get really lucky. Can't really see the timing for the later blocks in that sequence safely, so I'm out of ideas. Just how the fuck do I not die here? Item still lost in the mail, that sucks. You know, speaking of stuff in the mail, I thought I bought like another gamepad from internet retailers a couple of days ago, and it showed up today. And the thing is, I thought I was buying an official PS3 controller, but I wasn't. Instead of buying a DualShock, I bought something called a DualShock, which, as you might imagine, is not quite... what the official product is supposed to be, but... you know, I figure if I can manage to get it to work, you know, it just showed up after the stream started, so I haven't had a chance to really try it out yet. But I figure if I can get it to work and it works okay, I'll stick with that. Because I've been trying to get like a PlayStation-style gamepad, so I can get the D-pad that that type of controller has, because, you know, unlike every other fucking D-pad on the market apparently, on every other controller that exists, and like every other controller D-pad, that one actually has the direction buttons be separate from each other, which is kind of important to me, you know. I think that makes it easier. Okay, I made it past. And I think I'm at the boss now, so let's spam the cross. As soon as he shows up, it's Frankenstein's monster again. And I'm really not willing to die right now, so it's time to just spam the sub button. There we go. And let us never speak of this terrible stage again. That's a little nod to Castlevania 1, I think, you know. In Castlevania 1, the level where you start off by being in the dungeon, even though, you know, in that game you eventually get out of it. Eventually, when you get to the end of that stage, you fight Frankenstein's monster to At least in this one he's alone. If he had the Igor Fleeman with him, it would have been terrible. Okay, now we're in the treasury, so I was one stage off when I made that assumption. The treasury, which, you know, as you can see, Dracula's loaded. He's set for life. And here are some gold skeletons. Yes, skeletons made of gold. Oh god, okay. I don't think they're that much stronger than the regular skeletons, at least. You know, there are some... at least one more game I can think of later in the series, oh, for fuck's sake, that has gold skeletons in it, and those are much stronger than the regular skeletons. Okay. Fuck it, just floppy whip. I don't want to deal with you. There's also lots of spooks in the treasury for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. I guess ghosts are attracted to money even in death. Could this be biting social commentary? Made by, like, 15-year-old or something, Super Nintendo game. Well, more like 25, I don't know. Yeah, more like 25 at this point, because I know for a fact Final Fantasy IV, for example, is older than I am. So, it has got to be closer to that number. At least it's got pretty good music, but unfortunately I'm pretty sure that the first checkpoint in this stage comes after 3 screens, so gotta survive whatever's in here. If I want hope of not redoing parts of the stage again. Oh god. I don't like. Okay, I somehow survived. The boss of this stage is kinda weird too, but I like talking about the bosses like, hey, you guys can see that, right? But no, you can't. Just going ahead of myself, oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, I'm desperately searching for a piece of wall meat now. I think there's some wall meat up there in that platform that these rings lead to, but I foolishly forget about that, so I don't know if I'm gonna survive now. Well, candle meat, which is not quite as effective as wall meat. There's a difference. Oh, there's no meat in the wall there, I see. Kinda wanna read the chat, but I also don't wanna die here. I see ice cream mentioned. Ah, shit. Damn it. Oh boy, I got to the point where I was just perpetually falling. Couldn't really jump there. Okay, let's try that again, and let's try not to either, fall or get murdered by monsters this time. Oh. As you can see, I am, succeeding at neither. So clearly I am the best one for the job. Okay, let's try this one more time. There we go. Shit, I keep forgetting that you cannot walk past this platform here. Damn it. Okay, so you can, if you're really unfortunate like I am, you can get stuck in like a forever falling through the disappearing platform loop animation thing, physics, I don't know. And at that point you pretty much have to hope that there's something under you or you're gonna fall and die. So what is this tuck of ice cream I see? I'm curious now, because I'm seeing that mentioned. If you don't do Team Cake, I will strangle you over the internet. What is the other option? Ice cream. I would prefer ice cream. I don't really like the texture of cake. It depends what flavor too, I guess. Also, happy belated birthday, Redbear. I almost forgot about that. You're here. I think Redbear's birthday was yesterday. Okay. See if I can remember to not immediately fall and forget about the rings that are up there. Okay, so I have to do this. There we go. I managed to do it. Fuck. And then it didn't matter anyway. I mean, that was more stuff that would have helped me survive there, I'm pretty sure, but I will. Jump. Go, 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 go. Keep jumping here. Sure hope no bats. Oh god. Okay, don't even bother whipping there, because that's a problem. That's a big problem. Damn it. Shit. Okay, I think I'm not quite as dead as I was the last time I did this part. Okay, no, never mind, I misjudged. I am quite as dead. Just misjudged what part I thought I was looking at. See, funnily enough, I like ice creams that have I don't know how to describe this, that are sweet and fresh for the most part, but that also, like one of my favorite ice creams I've eaten, leaves a savory aftertaste after you swallow it. I forget what it was for, it was like ice cream sandwich flavor, but it was just the ice cream. Like there's some chocolate mixed with other stuff there, oh boy. I'm not doing well at this stage. Okay, I always get hit there at least, so, and that's the first time too that I've died from fucking, where are the bats? There's a bat. From losing all my health instead of falling. Like that skeleton did. You know, I'll just fall here. Fuck. Well, I still have technically more health than I usually do when I get to this point. Alright, I really want to figure out how the fuck you get... Well, I guess you duck under this thing and you get rid of the bat and then you jump, because if you don't kill that bat, you're gonna get knocked off every time. There we go. I've never been up here before. I sure hope there's something good here. Oh, it's a cross, isn't it? I will take that. Never had a cocktail with any of you. Well. You know, I don't even bother with the candle items here. Just go, go, go. Jesus Christ. Or be an idiot like me and do bother with candles and die for your folly. Never act like me, folly. I think there's like a secret you can find here if you open any of these chests like a ridiculous amount of times. I can't even remember what it is though. I'm probably not gonna get it because it would just require me to do that over and over, I think. For an unhealthy amount of seconds. There. That wasn't even the level 3 whip, okay. Good. Okay, there's a bat coming up. Then a gold skeleton dude. And then another bat down here. And up. And then that motherfucker. Okay. If I really want to get up there, I should probably kill that guy too. I don't know. Okay, Simon, please. Not holding down the button as long as you think I am. I promise. Okay, this time I swear I'm not gonna bother with any of the fucking candle stuff. That always results in me fucking dying. You know, everything results in me fucking dying, but that especially. Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time here. I'm gonna try making this jump. Probably failing again, but you never know, right? There we go. Okay, I made the first jump, but then this shit. Yeah, I have no idea what the timing for that is supposed to be. Okay, once again, do not bother with whipping the candles, cause I'll fucking die. There. Oh god, that was really close. I would have been perfectly timed if I had actually gotten hit there. I'm sorry I ruined the timing for that. Alright, I think I got the checkpoint at least, so whatever horrors remain, they will be exclusive. Jump. Okay, so you can't stop the coffins from chasing you if you jump over the horizontal space they cover. Good to know. And the result is that I've gone this entire game without showing off any of those coffins actually chasing you. Oh god, no, I need that. Please, Simon, stop moonwalking. Alright, fine, you wanna moonwalk? Moonwalk. I'm not here to be a buzzkill, you know. Not most of the time, anyway. Sometimes I am completely prepared to admit that, yes, I am. But fortunately, this is not one of those times. Please. Something tells me that if we fall down there, it's gonna be like DuckTales, where we sink in the gold coins. Have to frantically jump to get out. So, what have we learned today? Dracula is like Scrooge McDuck, pretty much. He has a literal ocean of money. Or a swimming pool of money, I guess, more like. Oh god. He keeps it in a very weird and dilapidated looking cave for some reason. I got an extra life, I don't know. I only have 11 lives left now because of that. Just 11. Alright, there's my wall meat. Don't know how much farther it is until we get to the boss. I was kind of worried about that. Oh my god. Because the boss is actually kind of tricky, despite it being kind of a simple on principle, he can still mess you up. If you're not paying attention, which you can imagine how well that goes for me. Oh shit. Let me try just doing this. Can I even hit the guy? You know what? I can do this, that's what I can do. I have 58 hearts. Please. I mean, it's either this or, you know... I guess this works too. There we go. All that money that we're never gonna be using for anything. Wonder what's, you know, if this is like in canon, what does Simon Belmont do with all the money that he collects from traversing? What the fuck? Trying to whip diagonally, but like, maybe if I, yeah, there we go, that works. What does Simon Belmont do with all the money that he gets from Dracula's castle? When he gets back, how does he carry it all? Come on, please. So, you know, in the Metroidvania games you actually have money, you can spend it on stuff and shops, but not in this one. Or many of the classic ones, pretty much, except one that I can think of. There's only one Castlevania that comes to mind where money actually can be spent on something. And that's Rondo of Blood. Not this one. Okay, we got more meat, candle meat. I think the boss is right here too. Yep, here we go. So this boss is kind of a throwback to the big bad boss from Castlevania IV, where he splits into smaller versions of himself. But this time he's made of money for some reason. Money truly is the root of all evil, I guess. Oh shit. He can literally come to life, turn into a bat and try to kill you. And then it turns into smaller money bats. Oh god. And the little bits of gold that fly off of them whenever you hit them hurts you, so gotta be mindful of that. And even if you stand directly below them, they also sometimes like drop coins on top of you. Oh god, okay, one of them's dead. By the way, the canonical name for this enemy I think is the Zapf bat. That's ZAPF bat. I don't know what that means, but I guess that's how it is. How the fuck are they not dead yet? Okay, there we go. They both died at once, I guess. There we go, that's stage 9. There's only a small handful of stages left, there's like 3. What? No, I didn't disconnect anything. What do you mean? Oh god, did my controller just fuck up? That's about time too, because you might imagine. This next stage has some pretty iconic music, yeah. Unfortunately, it appears my controller has kind of a... Hang on, let me try to fix that. Just a second. Just gotta... Okay, go to this. I hate it when it does that. See, that's the downfall of the Xbox controller for me. It has this stupid thing built in the cable right after it comes out of the main body of the controller, and that just loosens the connection between the cable and the inside, so you get this fucking problem. Okay, if I open this up, it'll think it's player 1. What if happens if it doesn't think that shit? Hang on. Okay, gonna have to use my secret time powers. Because I think I'm gonna have to restart the thing. Let me try. Okay, if I quit out and I restart, and I load back in, does it work now? Yeah, it does. Okay, good. Crisis averted, never fear. So here we are in level A, because we ran out of numbers. We have to start now counting the stages in alphanumeric order now. We're in Castlevania Bird's Land, aka the Clock Tower, which plays Bloody Tears, which is another reason to call it Castlevania Bird's Land. It's not quite synced up to the version that, the Castlevania Birds version uses, so there's that. At least it doesn't do weird shit with the melody like the version of Bloody Tears that you hear in Legends does. And as you might imagine, the Clock Tower is another one of those stages with lots of platforming and death pits.
Castlevania birds, they're my darkest nightmare.
So Castlevania Birds will indeed be your darkest nightmare when you play these stages. Should probably make that a little quieter too. It's kind of hard to gauge how loud those sound effects are. Shit. Those gears are a problem, as you might imagine. Oh, do I even want this? Yeah, I do. I was actually trying to get on the stairs there. By the way, I wasn't trying to fall through. So, you know, my Xbox controller D-pad fails me sometimes, which kind of can be a big problem during these parts. Require a lot of precise direction. Sure hope he doesn't do that for the final boss, because you also need precise direction to survive that battle, let me tell you. Which is kind of why I wished my other gamepad would have arrived earlier today so I can configure it for this. Okay. How the fuck am I gonna do this? There we go. There a moonwalk to the music. And then fall again. That's exactly the same place I died the first time. Fuck. May I inquire your future projects? Well, other than the Shantae stuff that I kind of thought about. Oh, of course. Other than that, you can see all the, more or less all the games I might plan to stream at some point under the stream, and if you mean also like the co-op stuff I do with Lizard on default, then I have no idea what we're gonna do after Dark Souls 2, which I think we're gonna start tomorrow. So there's that. It pretty much gives you a pretty thorough idea of what I have in mind for the future at this time. Pretty complete idea. Is that about doing clock tower entries? I don't really have any. Like, I know those games, but I don't think I have any real plans to stream those myself, like immediate, or... I say immediate, but what I mean is more like sooner than any of the other games you see in the games I plan to stream thing, so... If you want to stream those, I would say go for it. For fuck's sake, how am I gonna do this then? And besides, you know, I like to, when I do a series, when I do like this, you know, a marathon, and we do a bunch of different games that are related all together, I like to actually have played all of those games on my own before I do that, because, you know, and this applies for Castlevania too. I think metatextuality and, well, I say metatextuality, but it's more specifically intertextuality in video games is one of my favorite things. Well, in general, it's one of my favorite things, but like even more so when it's something that's built entirely on one idea, one sort of universe, and doesn't like bring in stuff from... Well, I say it doesn't bring in stuff from other big sources, like, you know, this doesn't bring in stuff from mythology and the universal monsters and all that stuff. Basically, I like it when one series of things, or one... Okay. I need to stop here because so I can think and so I can figure out what I'm gonna do here. I think yes, I need to get to the very edge of the platform before I jump, and then what? I have no idea, but I guess I'll figure it out. There we go. Didn't immediately die this time, but now what? Oh, okay, there's a way there. Well, what I was... Before I continue talking about stuff that I should probably have thought about before I started talking about it, the point I was building up to was I have not played Clock Tower 3, so I probably wouldn't do a Clock Tower series unless I had done that, and I have not. And I'm not really in a hurry to do that anyway, so... To reiterate, if you want to, you know, do that, go for it, I would say. You know, even if it was something I had or planned to stream, I think seeing other people's takes on stuff you like can be a fun experience too. So I definitely don't think that doing that, even if other people now have done it also, is a bad idea. I gotta remember this. I have a problem with this. I thought I had a problem with this. I thought there was gonna be a skeleton here. That's weird. It's really weird. If you you want to do all the entries of a game where you're doing Dark Souls without Demon Souls? I know, right? I'm a complete phony. Honestly, I didn't know if I was going to like do any more than Dark Souls 1 when I started that series. Oh, ow. Okay, so this is another mean trap here. See that first gear, you have to react quickly or else you die. You see the second gear, you have to stay in the same place where you were when it started moving or else you die. Fuck. Okay. Joke is, I basically did do Demon Souls. When did I do that though? I don't get the joke.
I despise Castlevania birds. Castlevania birds. They're my darkest nightmare.
Okay, I don't even have the full length whip, so this is gonna be fun. And yeah, there's the skeletons there now. Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay. So that part might be a little bit buggy. I don't know. A little bit unexpected stuff might happen there. I get the feeling. Oh, damn it. Okay. Okay, wait, I need to read this. Dark Souls 3, that's how strong the Demon Soul influence. I thought I was doing Bloodborne when I was doing Dark Souls 3, honestly, like... Honestly, if you talk to me about Dark Souls, I think I like 1 and 2 a lot more than 3, because... Well, a few reasons. For one thing, Poise works, because they didn't turn it off, because, well, it mostly works, but... Basically, they didn't turn it off because of... Fucking hell, because of online player concerns, which I guess was the reason. You know, I've heard from a few sources, I haven't even... It's not like I've actually looked into this myself, but survey says that, apparently you can make Poise work a lot better in Dark Souls 3 if you basically hack into the game's code and enable it yourself. I wasn't holding down there. I'm surprised Simon didn't stand up and get immediately annihilated by the spikes. I don't know. I've never actually played Bloodborne, so I can't speak for that. You know, I don't have a PS4, and I never had a PS3 either, so... Mostly because games that came out for those consoles, for the most part, I can get on PC, but... Of course, Bloodborne has to be one of those where it has to be, like, denied. Okay, I guess not jumping there might be the best option. Also, I don't know, I guess now that, you know, everyone, all the online people are focusing on Dark Souls 3. Don't have to worry as much about getting online jackasses in Dark Souls 1 and 2. They're still gonna be there, but I don't think they care about that as much as Dark Souls 3 now. Can't wait to get invaded by Malcolm Reynolds when we play Dark Souls 2 is what I'm trying to say. Oh, okay, I'm surprised I dodged that. Okay, stay here on this platform. And still get hit. Okay. Fortunately though, if I recall, those are pretty much the only 2 surprise gears you find in this stage. Watch now as I am proven wrong. Oh my god. So there's a lot of crap here. There's Dargon. There's the axe armors and there were the Medusa heads, but I guess those aren't there anymore. Okay. And, oh great. I don't wanna bother, I guess so. I have a cross on the costs, 1 hard to use, which is kinda surprising, and I have a bunch of those, so... Okay. Oh boy, here we go. There we go. Let's see if I can at least get to the end of the screen without death. I hope, I sure do hope that there's another checkpoint there. 3's PvP is set, it's fast as Bloodborne, but uses 2 hyper armor system. In Bloodborne you don't stagger unless by extremely specific attacks in PvP. The dodging makes more sense, but having 2 solution of not having 1 spice system, the rule of 2, 1 hit, let's second confirm with your... I don't know. Well, I mean, like I said, one of the... I feel like I'm nowhere nearly as invested as in the online aspect of Dark Souls and Dark Souls type games as most people seem to be, so... There's also that to take into account. I sure hope I don't run out of time doing this. Or hearts, that would also suck. You know what, I could just use my whip, fuck it. Oh, no I can't, I just realized why I just remembered why I wasn't just doing that to begin with. Oh, what? Okay. I'm not entirely certain what... I'm gonna clip that, because I'm not entirely certain what hit me there. Play... clip. I need to see for myself. We can create a clip, fuck. Here it is. Or hearts, that would also suck. You know what, I could just use my whip, fuck it. Oh, no I can't, I just realized why I just remembered why I wasn't just doing that to begin with. Oh, okay, so, a fireball hit me and it knocked me to the front, okay. That's not usually how that goes. Well, here we go again. I sure hope you're strapped in. Okay, I tried to... Okay, no, I don't want to have the stream playing now. I just had it playing so I could make that clip. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? I really want to see if I can do this, complete this without time manipulation, you know. I'm like, you know, I sure would love to be able to do it that way, but... I thought I was already past the, you know, the big stage where I was gonna be stuck in there for like 4 hours because of how terrible the spikes were, but no, this is about on the same level, I would say. This 2-room combo right here, another terrible 2-room combo. Actually, I need to, you know, not... I need to not knock my mouse off by brushing my hand slightly to the side like I just did. What I do need to do is move the window so that I can see what I'm doing. There we go. How the fuck do you do this? I thought the secret was to like... I'm gonna hold right the entire time. Never mind. Holding right the entire time does not help. There. So you need to slow down the progression by trying to move left there and then... You do that. Okay, stop, stop, stop. Don't move. And now move. Fuck. Okay, well at least I didn't die. you know one of the reasons... Do you wanna know a secret? One of the reasons why I don't... why I secretly wish I could have a version of Dark Souls where the PvP aspect did not exist is... just the fact that I'm pretty sure that if that were the case, it would be so much easier to create way more stupidly unbalanced and game-breaking builds to help you with the PvE situations. Which is, you know, something I like to do in Castlevania games, the Metroidvania ones. Okay, we're back here. I could do with more health, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Fuck, okay, well I'm alive. And I have a bunch of hearts, so let's just do this again. Only need to do it twice, I think, with this guy. There we go. I can't wait until I get hit one more time and die. It's gonna be great when that happens. Oop, it almost happened there, wouldn't you know it? Okay. Okay, once again I am at the point where I'm like, I sure fucking hope the exit is real close, because I'm... You know, my human patience is running out at this point. My humanly allocated patience that I have as a human being that I can devote to performing one task for... Oh, okay. I didn't know that was there, that was sheer luck. Well, I sure do love how you can be at the, you know, off the screen, and as long as you're on the ring it doesn't matter. I actually do like that. Oh, thank fuck, there it is. And before I fall there, nope. Okay, we're at the end of the stage. Still have to fight the boss, but if my calculations are correct, that shouldn't be as painful as, you know, the rest of this has been. Okay, let me stay right here. So this is the mummy, Akmadan II, I think is his name. He's obviously supposed to be, well, I say obviously, he's supposed to be the mummy from Castlevania 1, I think. Since this is the same game and all, and the way you fight him is basically you cheese him by getting him to spawn in one of these platforms, and there you go. Oh, you get him to spawn in the middle while you're on the platforms, that works too. There we are. And he throws fireballs or he throws his little bandages, but either way. If you position yourself in one of these places, there you go, you just cheese him. So that's... As long as you know to do that, it's a stupidly easy boss after that. Hell of a stage. Hey, listen, man, I hope you've been catching all this. And we made it to the final stage, I think. Stage B. Stage B, which has 2 more classic music tracks from Castlevania. Which... what the fuck? Hey, wait just a second. Okay, wait. Did my controller fucking poop out again? What's going on? Because it's not responding anymore. Shit, oh well. Well, excuse me as I do this one more time. I definitely did not hear it make any weird noises. Disconnection noises, but I guess I gotta restart the thing again. So, there we go. Open that. Do this. There we go. Yeah, apparently it did. Oh, please. Okay, so here we go. We got a vampire killer at least to accompany us through this horrible nightmare. Vampire killer with a pretty cool remix. of it. We also got these S-stock using enemies. They are clearly terrible because they use S-stock. Or rapier, whatever. We saw them before in Castlevania IV, but it didn't look quite like this, even though this design would be pretty much the one they would use for Symphony of the Night, where, you know, spoiler alert, they come back in that game. Oh fuck. And after we go through that screen of almost a very quick death, we got this bridge. Here is the bridge that turns into bats, apparently. And, like, don't even bother trying to get any of these candles, because you'll get fucking destroyed, especially if you only have one life left, or one bar of life left, like I do. There you go. But then do go back and get these, because why not? You can use them. I sure do love Dark Souls. Okay, and for this next screen, which is one of the worst screens of the game again, but fuck it, I've come this far. I've determined to get this semi-legit. Those of you who are attentive may know why I'm saying semi. For this screen, we got death, as you can see, if we miss one jump. But at least we also got a remix of Beginning from Castlevania III. So this game is, I think, the first Castlevania to have all the big 3 songs from the franchise in it. Vampire Killer, Bloody Tears, and, for fuck's sake, and Pizza Cutter that follows you and kills you instantly, aka Beginning. So you also need pretty precise direction on the gamepad for this part, because you only get on the stairs after jumping if you hold straight up without diagonals, which apparently my D-pad is not capable of doing. Like right now. Yeah, but I sure do love Dark Souls. Super Dark Souls 4. Some of the best music in the series. There we go. So not only do we have we have these stairs, we also have these golems, which pop out of the wall just to make our life more difficult. I think by the time you get to this point, though, like, the pizza cutter thing stops chasing you, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Please, okay. Oh, I say that? Oh yeah, there it goes. You can see it come up here, but then it just goes away. Unfortunately, this part is also terrible, because you got platforms that lead up to 2 spikes on the undersides of other platforms that are stationary, at least. Oh my god. Oh, okay, I died from the spikes there, I see. I see we held our Dark Souls priorities straight. Sure hope I can beat this stage before I can get invaded. Oh no, I got invaded by Dark Spirit's wall golem. I hate that guy, so annoying, he only leveled strength. There we go. And at least for that reason I was able to kill him without too much hassle. I leveled up my chain whip that I got from the Santos King. And I was able to just take him out in 2 or 3 hits, because Apparently he does not give priority to anything, but sure. I'm gonna one-shot you, Ness. That's smart. Oh boy. Alright, so there's only pretty much only one other difficult part here left. But it is the worst one of all. If we can just finish this one last difficult jump that's coming up, we will be literally at the final boss gauntlet. Spoiler alert, it's a gauntlet, it's not just one guy, like it's in some of the other games. Oh boy. So we got these wonderful, wonderful platforms again, so... Trick here is you gotta walk off to the left, like I thought it's actually walk off and then jump and then walk off again, but no, it's just... Jump, and then do nothing except walk off to the left, or you will die. Like I did there. I really hate whatever... Whoever designed these straps like that. I mean, it's not like this is an actual arcade game, like, you know, this is actually gonna keep people putting quarters in the machine. Or even buying Nintendo Power, I would argue that that's not even a point of contention for this particular sort of obstacle. Did you know that that golem can go up that one step and then what the fuck? And it stays there. Why? So if that golem decides to do that, you're kind of fucked. There. There we go. Why? Why did he turn around when I hit him once? I was not expecting that. Oh. Yeah, this is the best time to be whipping stuff. I'm sure you'll agree. Okay, here we are. I'm gonna trying my best to like do what I've somehow managed to do every other time, which is, you know, not make the golem appear. There we go. Oops, there we go. Okay, here we are. If I can overcome diagonal platform hell, for the final time I might finally be able to get past this crap. Okay, there's no spikes here, but... Okay, my bad, there are spikes here, but... I guess the real puzzle there is getting the platforms to show up with the correct pattern. Oh, please. Okay. Alright, come on, there's only one last puzzle there left here, if I can... I say puzzle, but it's more of a...
Nice.
A memory test. Also, thanks for following Poop Ninja. Okay. Jump, and then do nothing except walk off to the left. There we go, I did it. I don't want whatever's up there, fuck that. So that's the end of that stage, pretty much, because now the only thing left in the game is the final boss. Yes, there's 4. Here's the first one of them. This is Slugger. He has a big spear that he swings at you. Well, he points it at you and then he shoots something out of it, fireball. He's probably the hardest one out of the pre-Dracula bosses here, which is kind of weird that they put him there first, because it's very much a fight of rhythm and sticking to the pattern, pretty much, as you can see. And then it gets worse when the spear is destroyed, actually. Because then he stabs you with his beak, and if he spams that, you're pretty much completely out of luck. this music. This is another pretty good music, I thought, that unfortunately we don't get in any other Castlevanias, to my knowledge. It's called Room of Close Associates. Right, okay, I guess that was not it. There we go. I've never gotten that guy on the first try, so that's something at least. So that was Slogra. And this is actually not the only time you see him in the series. As you might imagine, we got some chicken to fill up the tank again. And next we see this guy. Gaibon is his name. You might also recognize him as being a downgraded boss that shows up in later Castlevanias. Oh god. His first form is actually worse than the second one. He has two forms, spoiler alert. I say he's the easiest, but... okay, here we go. And he turns red, as you see, and I was unfortunately cornered there. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try this one more time. Oh, okay, he can still shoot crap at you when he's in the first form. I forgot about that, because he didn't do that at all before, as I'm sure you noticed. Okay. Okay, you can't fucking duck under those firebolts? Alright. I forgot about that, I guess. Okay, here comes Gaibon, and maybe this time I'll actually be able to dodge his crap. There we go. These firebolts become a lot more formulaic and easy to dodge in the second form, I find, as long as you're not in the corner like I am. Because I'm a fool. There we go. So that's 2 out of 4 beaten. Is there anything in the wall here? Because that would be oddly appropriate, but no. I think we only get one more chicken this time, and it's that one right there. Oh, we were doing that with the level 2 whip, not the level 3 one. So here in this room with the oddly patterned curtains, it's our old friend, Death, the guy who's in literally every game, even the ones where Dracula somehow is not there, he's still there. Maybe he's a true star of Castlevania. Oh. And this is pretty much, by the way, the only way, where... the only pattern he has where it's relatively safe to try and strike at him without getting hurt yourself. Okay, I knew I was gonna do that. Unfortunately, the health I had did not favor me there. Okay. I'm honestly surprised that so far the only one I managed to kill in the first try was Slogra. Alright. Pretty sure he always starts off by going to the left corner and shooting a thing from there. There we go. Death can't die till he comes back, see. Oh, for fuck's sake. These are the weird mysteries of this series. How the fuck is, the literal angel of death serving under Dracula? What is the deal with him? And the answer is apparently he's not supposed to be the spirit of death, but a spirit of death, as per Japanese stuff, if you believe some sources, but I mean, it's not like it's ever clarified in the games either, so just believe what you will, I guess. Please. There. And now just get the fuck away. Okay. And still get hit by the little sickle. 'Cause there's no real... I don't really know if there's any reliable way of avoiding those once he starts throwing them. Like all over the place. Ow. Fucking hell, that was so close. I was fully expecting to make that jump too. So I am just a little bit japed. Just feel a little bit bamboozled, you know. Just a teensy bit problematic mood. Oh, okay. Apparently if you jump there you can kind of avoid that, but then you're not gonna avoid this shit. So, doesn't matter. Okay. Don't know if I can get him with the amount of chances I'm gonna have doing this pattern. Probably not. Guess I'm gonna try it though. There we go, got him. So we've done it, we've literally killed death itself. So what could be next? I don't know. I'm guessing the game doesn't know either. I certainly don't know what could possibly be next. I haven't the faintest idea. So let's go ahead and check it out. Shall we? Is it Lizardman? I don't know, it could be. Apparently whoever it is needs to do a better job of patching up on other windows though. So we made it to literally the final room of the game. And here's old man vampire himself. And I'm trying to whip straight down, but for some reason that never seems to work out with this controller's D-pad ever. And as you can see, he takes a long time to even die. Yep, that's not gonna work ever, is it? Ever. Okay. See, if you jump straight down, you can actually mitigate that, but the D-pad fucking sucks. There we go. Okay. So these flying ball orbs that he's sponsoring this phase are actually our salvation, or they could be if they stayed on screen for more than one moment before just... Because they do that, but they also drop meat whenever you successfully hit them, so you pretty much use them to refresh yourself during this fight. He does that at least one more time too, I think, over the course of this. Summon these balls to your meat source. Yeah, but please don't disappear before I... He's gonna disappear, and he's already moved on to the next phase, so he summons the fire. Yep, I don't know if I'm gonna survive now. I really do not know. So let's try it, I guess. I always forget that he makes the columns as well as the fire. Oh shit, I was trying to get in between the columns there, but I guess it didn't quite work out. Yeah, there was no way I was gonna avoid that. Let's try that one more time, shall we? Like given the cross, I don't know if I could. I probably should be using that, you know. Like that's typically the weapon of choice against the Dracula fights when in the Dracula fights when he's standing upright like that in his humanoid form, which, you know, oddly enough, he only has a humanoid form in this one, pretty much. He doesn't turn into a giant, goofy-looking monster like he usually does. No, what happens for the last phase of the fight is a little bit different. Oh shit. Okay, apparently that doesn't do anything to the fireballs he shoots, though. Or it does, but it's delayed. Okay. I'll just accept that. Oh. If I don't want to get hit, I should probably only hit him once. There we are. Does he become Ember like in the hit Dark Souls 3? Yes. He becomes the new Lord of Cinder, and then you have to fight him again in the kiln that he suddenly get transported to. It's a bit weird, a bit surreal sequence, but damn it. Why are those things so hard to hit? I need those. I need the life that they give. No, the money bat was the boss of stage 8, I think. Or was it stage 9? We did fight a money bat boss, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, here we go. Oh, fuck. Fuck, okay. I thought I was gonna be able to avoid that like a fool, but no, okay. Oh, damn it. Please just disappear. Would it kill you to kill yourself? Oh, for fuck! I forgot about that fire generation column thing. I forgot about it again. Okay. Sure hope he does the orb move again. I would sure like that. Should do it at least one more time. There it goes. Oh, and then I got killed by the orb that was supposed to save me. That's great. See, we're reading ahead in the script there. Can't believe how fortunate I am. Come on. It's sure it's nice to provide with that Easter egg. You kinda need that. Well, you need that for the whip upgrades at least. I would argue that everything else is something you can technically do without. Fuck. Okay, at least the D-pad seems to be kind of working at this point. Guessing that was put there to justify strategy guide sales, I don't know. I guess you could say that, but well, I feel like most of this game, it doesn't even matter if you have a strategy guide or not, unless you're like using Game Genie stuff. Which, you know, I'm totally not doing, except I kind of am, but am I doing it in a way that was noticeable? That's a real question. Okay, fuck, here it comes. Got the first. How do I only ever get one when I do both? Fuck. Keep forgetting that when he spawns these fuckers, fuck's sake. There's a column of fire under them. I desperately need this to be over. I desperately need this phase of the fight to not exist. That's what I need. Why? Okay. now I need to hit one of those things without it hitting me. Can I do that? Oh god. Okay. There we go. Now I need to hit more of those things without them hitting me, which I'm not gonna accomplish, but it doesn't matter as long as they don't kill me completely. Okay, it's time to get in the game. There we go. Time for the return of Simon Belmont's theme. And the final phase, which is ironically probably the easiest one. Turn into Skeletor. If I can somehow, survive this, that will be even better. Fuck, okay. There we go. Let's kill all the remnants of Dracula so that he will never ever be able to return. It's working so great. Watch me flail my whip in your face. There we go. Oh no, the one bat escaped. Also, if you believe that, if you believe Simon's quest to be canon, then basically Simon just got cursed there, and he's gonna have to spend the next year or so going back and forth between a bunch of mansions to gather Dracula's body parts and revive him again, and then stunlock him until he's dead again. But yeah, that was Super Castlevania IV. Let's thank Jun Forano for his efforts in bringing this game to us. Super Castlevania IV, which I think set a standard for pretty much the remainder of the Castlevania, the Classicvania era. So where did all the people who worked in Castlevania 1 go? Where is Boris Karloffis? Where is Christopher B? Instead we got Great K. Nitta as the enemy programmer. Where's the Green Stranger? I think he was the best team member. Where is Trans Fishers? Instead we got this stranger, Etipo Konos. But seriously though, given that this is pretty much one of two games that I made an effort to play without invincibility cheats. Well, one of two classic Castlevania games that I've made an effort to play without invincibility cheats, and thought pretty highly of after the fact, unlike The Adventure and Belmont's Revenge. I couldn't do Belmont's Revenge because the final boss of that is just fucking bullshit. It's not even fair. Which sucks, because, Belmont's Revenge starts out pretty good, but it ends on that crap. So yeah. This and Bloodlines, and I think also The Adventure Rebirth are probably and I guess Round of Blood to an extent. Probably my favorite Castlevanias from this era, just for that reason. Nyankun Kara was the VRAM designer. What about VRAM Stoker, the guy who wrote the movie Dracula? Instead we got S.S. Kushibuchi, I think that's what that says. There are the Spooks, Paula Abdul and Fred Astaire. Canon names, clearly. Thanks, Patchy, for drawing the objects, I guess, and designing them. Yes, I remember when I fought this dude with the level 1 whip. That was... Did that guy just get credited twice? He was like object designer and then object designer again, and it was the same guy. Did I imagine that? Or the same... Oh god. Okay, no. Object designer is Nyankun Karatu, who I'm pretty sure showed up earlier. I don't know if the credit was... No, it was VRAM designer. That was the other credit that they got. There's the Rad Money Bet. Apparently we have Masanori Odachi to thank for these sick tracks. I actually don't know who the designer was for, or composer was for the... like the original Castlevanias, the NES ones. Apparently there was also Soji Taro, who I think might be another, like a pseudonym for Sotaro Tojima, who I know for a fact was also involved in doing remixes and more compositions for Circle of the Moon, which is some of the best music in the series too. Ah yes, Slugger and Gaibon. The bosses that will always be held in high regard as complete badasses and will never be downgraded to any sort of less meaningful position, I am sure. I am absolutely positive that will never happen. Mr. Kitawe. Thank you for putting the money down for this, I guess. That's what producers do, right? That's literally all they ever do, right? Okay. So who's going to... That guy's gonna get hit. Special thanks to Konami Kurokotai, whatever that means. So we don't get a preview or a nostalgic screenshot of the Dracula fight, though. That's unfortunate, but... There we go, presented by Konami. Presented by Konami. Before it all went wrong, they put out games like this. And so you are left to ponder on these words as the game follows a time-honored tradition of, you know, after you beat it, putting you on a screen like this, which you can never get out of, no matter what buttons you press or not. Never mind. I spoke too soon. Oh right, this has a New Game Plus, I forgot. I thought it was gonna be like that though. But we can go in New Game Plus now. Let's see how many IFRs in that we accumulated. We'll carry over to this playthrough. Let's see if we can still get Gwendolyn to talk to us. Pretty sure New Game Plus is like in Castlevania 3 though, where you get new things that make the game more difficult. Which, you know, after that game, who wouldn't want to play like that? Simon's theme. Simon's theme, which, even though it's not regarded as one of the big three tracks from Castlevania, would still kind of go on to become pretty classic on its own. Even as early as the next game that I'll be playing, which will be Bloodlines, but that I will not be playing right now because, you know, that took about an hour, or... Well, I don't know. I guess I did go into this playthrough with the idea that I wasn't giving myself, or I wasn't gonna have infinite health at my disposal, because, you know, even though I did manage to find an infinite health cheat for Castlevania 1, I wasn't quite so lucky with this one. Well, I mean, the one that I did find is pretty shitty because it only works, like I said, only works up until you either get killed or you collect health, and by that I mean collect meat. So what's up with the 3D glasses bat in the background there? Or statue, bat statue. Yeah, there we go. That's how you... What's up with that statue in the background there? Why is its eyes flashing? I don't quite remember anything like that. Maybe if you kneel under it? I don't know. There's so many secrets in these games that I've never discovered. So, you know what? would probably be a good idea if I suddenly were to lose one of my secret hidden powers that I'm sure nobody ever noticed, and were to speed up the flow of time until an unfortunate incident happened. So pretty much the same way I did this at the end of Castlevania III, just to show off what happened. That last note is, last note seems like a bit out of place, but okay. So there's a password system, yes. It's, oh hey, that's, I guess that's the only time that it shows what your name, what the name that you input is, because that's, I think it does take that into account when making the passwords. You have to input the name as well as the code. So, you know, if anyone wants to pick up my New Game Plus file, there you go, there's the password. I'm sure it'll be a big hit. So what other games do I have? You know, the main emulator I use is SNES, but I also use SNES because apparently SNES cannot run this game. I hope you enjoyed Castlevania IV. Time for Fester's quest now. Did you know that Uncle Fester can shoot lightning out of his hand and make fart noises? Do you remember the second Addams Family movie where they had their baby kidnapped and they had to go on a massive Zelda-like quest to rescue it because the evil babysitter, who was like a Black Widow, Black Widow type character, had an army of evil demons at her disposal. As I remember, Black Beetle cookies. For that flabby pasty look Granny loves, they keep you in bad shape. Well, I'm sure this game will be a lot easier than, you know, that really difficult game we just finished. I have no doubt whatsoever that that will be the case. I remember these things from the Addams Family, don't you? The weird plant mustache people. Hey, what do you know, I died. I didn't know I was still playing Castlevania IV. Apparently I was, though. Oh, well, it doesn't matter, because... Don't worry, I'm not actually playing that game. I will, however, play my favorite game in the world, which will not show up in software capture. Hey everybody, it's Deceased Crab. Welcome to my Let's Play of Minesweeper. Do you guys like to play Minesweeper? I like to play Minesweeper. Why is the game muted? I don't think I muted it. Oh well. Why is it muted? Did I actually... Play sounds, yes. But is it on the sound mixer? Oh, it is. Why did I do that? Oh well. I sure hope we can sweep some mines today. I sure hope we can sweep some mines today. And that that somehow helps us fight Dracula, I guess. Oh, what do you know? That was not deducible by logic, so I lost. I sure do love it when that happens. I sure do love it when games are somehow determined by that. I don't know, I would imagine that if you were going to make a Minesweeper speedrun, you would want like a seeded game. It's like, who can click these parts of the screen the fastest? That's a champion. Did you know that I've only won expert mode in Minesweeper like 5 times in my life because it's fucking bullshit. And there's way more guessing than there should be. Oop, I almost goofed there. That would have been embarrassing. Oh, hey, what do you know? It's okay, I don't think that was actually like guessing based, but there we go. Am I actually playing this? Yes. Unfortunately I played way too much of this game, so I play this fast now, cause you know, apparently I got nothing better, or I had nothing better to do in my life for a while, so I just did this over and over again. Well, I mean, Minesweeper is just pattern recognition. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I should just end the stream. I'm done with the game I was actually playing. But here I am. Clicky clicky in Minesweeper. I wish I could get... I mean, I probably can if I look in the internet, but I wish I could get like an official build of the... Fuck. The version that came with like 98, where you get the smiley face. I like the aesthetics of that version. Also, kind of, there's a small part of me that wishes he could. Oh fuck, my finger slipped that time. Because I'm not holding the mouse on a steady surface at all. It's a couch arm, as a matter of fact. But there's a part of me that wishes I would concede and switch over to Windows 8, if only so I could... So I could play the adventure mode of this game that they made for the App Store thingy. That they have for that now. Okay, how the fuck am I gonna do this? I'm guessing now, by the way. That's what most of this is at this point. Because when they cluster shit in like that, that's really your only recourse. There we go. You have to hope it's not all clustered up like that, because then you gotta start guessing. But I'm secretly still playing Castlevania IV. See, do you hear the music? Clearly I'm still playing Castlevania IV. Stage 11. A secret stage you can unlock after you beat Dracula. There we go, I beat him again. I beat Dracula. And now I exited out of the game. Who knew that Dracula was actually laying bombs everywhere as part of his evil plan? Oh boy, Minesweeper speedruns. So yeah, speaking of beating Dracula, I've been streaming for about 3.5 hours, which isn't a lot, but you know, based on compared to some of the other stream lengths I've done. But I don't know. I don't know if Glave's even around, but I thought he wanted to stream at some point today, so I figured I'd get out of the way. And besides, you know, that I was thinking maybe I would do Castlevania IV and also Bloodlines, because I didn't think the games were gonna take that long to get through, but apparently they did, you know, especially if I did not take into account how often I would die and have to redo screens. how much time that would end up taking, but that's fine, because besides I also want some extra time so that I can figure out this this new controller I've just got in the mail that I haven't even looked at yet. Also, oh boy, classic Minesweeper. I guess I'll have to check that out as well. Guess I'm gonna play this one more time. So we'll be back tomorrow with Dark Souls 2 the beginning, I think. You know, if everything goes as planned. And I will leave you off with this wonderful sounds.
Konami's Castlevania IV for the Super NES.
Wicked water reptiles.
Dracula back to terrorize the Belmont family yet again. Armed with a whip, a quick mind, and even quicker reflexes, you must battle boss characters and evil enemies through a myriad of the most complex stages ever created. Select your stage and let the adventure begin. Enter stage 1 and battle across a bridge, through a room and a stable. Beware of the Medusa heads, skeletons, and skeleton horses that are enough to rattle more than just your nerves. Proceed to Devil Forest and watch out for the wicked water reptiles, snakes, spiders, and man-eating plants that seem to be very hungry. In the underground cave, you'll do well to keep your eye on the rocks. And remember, things are slippery when they're wet. As if there isn't enough to look for, you need to grab as much money, food, magic potions, and power-ups as humanly possible. After you complete 10 of the toughest levels created for the Super NES, you'll find yourself in Dracula's tower. And if you can get past his gang, you will defeat the evil one himself. The intense action makes other adventures look like kid stuff. With Konami's Castlevania IV, you can count on spellbinding sales.
That's I still don't know if that's like spellbinding sales or what, but alright, you know what. Let me... Apparently I just downloaded Minesweeper X, so let me see how that works. Why not? Also, the next stream, which, for the marathon, that is. No, that's the WinRAR thing. That's not what I want you to capture, thank you very much. Minesweeper X, Minesweeper X. There he goes. The next Castlevania Marathon stream will probably be either on Sunday or on Monday. Oh boy. Well, the window is physically... Let me see if... I should make it capture the cursor too, so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Oh, you only get 2 states in this version. I forgot about that. You can get them, maybe it's a mine state, but maybe it isn't. She could make the graphics a little larger. That would be for my benefit, but it looks tiny instead. Okay. So far so good. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm supposed to be fighting Dracula. How could I have forgotten? Let's not forget about that. This is Dracula's final challenge. I can barely see what the fuck I'm doing. The graphics are so tiny, but I guess I could look at it on the OBS thing. I just realized I can do that too. That's what I'm doing right now. It's blown up there, so that helps. No, wait, that's clearly not a mine because there's 2 there. Okay. Oh boy, okay, that was a guess. I guess it paid off though. There we go. Hey, I have the fastest time for intermediate level. My name is Dracula. It was secretly me, Dracula, the whole time. Here we go. So let's do one more, I guess. I don't even want to play on expert, because I know for a fact it's not gonna be fucking possible for me to win that. It's just, you know, when you play expert, it's just,
Hollywood!
the game you're really playing is not Minesweeper, it's how quickly will I get to the first cluster of shit where I will have no choice but to guess. That's a real game. Oh, please, mouse. I'm gonna have false click at this point. I think too, in the first computer, one of the first computers I had, it was like an old compact Presario with Windows 98. It was, well, maybe this version has that too. There was the Minesweeper that came with that. Was like, you could activate a monochrome skin. That looked kinda neat, I thought. Oh fuck, I messed up. Hang on, let me see if it has that skin. Extras, save recording, Windows 98 skin. Okay, that was the Windows XP skin, this is the Windows 98 skin. It doesn't have the monochrome skin, though, by the looks of it. Let's try again. Oh boy, Windows 98, authentic. Oh, for fuck's sake. Fingers slipping there again. Which is not helped by how small the graphics actually are. Just see if I can work my way through there. 'Cause if I approach that at this point, I'll probably have to guess. That was a guess. That was just not fair. There. Oh, the song ran out. I think Dracula's bored. He just doesn't want to deal with my bullshit anymore. Oh god, that was another finger slip, though fortunately that one was not fatal. Am I gonna be able to get this? Yes, there we go. I was lucky. That was not a guess, it was just lucky that it was in that configuration, because if it wasn't, it would have had to be a guess. Okay, be very careful here. Almost done, but it's also very possible. Alright, it's looped. I just realized. There we go, we won. Hey, I beat my old high score again. That was apparently 69.66 seconds. So there we go. That was Minesweeper X. I beat Dracula again. I beat him 3 times tonight because of that. That incredible victory. So, yeah, there we go. Well, let me play an actually good song to end the stream off on. So yeah, for real this time, I will see you tomorrow with Dark Souls 2, and Sunday or Monday with Castlevania Bloodlines. Another classic Castlevania that I actually really like. And I just to figure out what song to play for the end. Well, I guess the classic one. Oh god, that is so much louder. I forgot to turn the volume down for after the thing was over. So yep, later guys.